Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kill Connor Club podcast. I'm one of your hosts, James, and I'm joined, as always, by Tyler.
As always, how's it going, my friend?
It's good, it's going good.
That's the way.
Before we even get into anything, I want to ask everyone just to let me know what the audio's like, because I'm streaming this off my laptop because, like, my PC's broken. I'll update on that in a minute, but, so I'm streaming off my laptop, and obviously the settings aren't the same, and so I just want to make sure everything's okay. I might need to turn you down a little bit.
Okay.
But other than that, I think everything's fine. Let me know if there's buffering. Like, I don't know. We'll just see. It looks okay, but I have no idea.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
And also, like the stream to start with, ladies and gentlemen, while we're here live on YouTube.
Yeah,
and as well, just to get the housekeeping out of the way, this podcast is brought to you by the great people over at patreon.com/as always. So to thank a few of you, sweet vintage lads, we have Daniel Fruman. God damn it, King Richard III, changing your fucking name. Ballsack47, Tman or Travis, McZ68, Billy, the Team Tynamite Captain Robertson, Josh Devillier, Damian, Casey Wood, ArunWyn, Cameron Morrissey, Mario5380, Lumistrad, Awkward Cuck, welcome Awkward Cuck, Beau Daman, the Real Jorrator, Zahir, CaptainKeysOfficial, Kyle, OllieTheDane, Ben or Modorox, Elstico91, Emil Catborg, Austin, S. Jaws, Prudview Mover, Julie, Adam Sunling, HBuds12, Saggy Tits, Jace the Last Medici, the ACMJS, James and Lad, Yazen, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Brian Ford, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Joshua Moragine, Marcus Blackburn, Seth, Oscar, Ravjar, Son of a Bitch, OG Doggo, Brendan or BQ Overlord, and Pink Flame 313. Thank you, Sweet Ventures Lads, for holding power this podcast over at patreon.com/as always. So if you've enjoyed what you're listening to here, you can get exclusive podcast content every week. The Kill Connor Club podcast is on in the shape of Kill Connor Clubhouse. It's a banter-filled podcast. It's great. Check it out. Patreon.com/as always. All right. Whew, okay, that's out of the way. Out of breath after that. And that long list. What's happening, man? What's new? What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin', as the kids say these days?
Nothing much. Just nothing at all. Waiting for my PC so I can, get back to actually making videos. Because it's super depressing not being productive.
What's the story?
Well, I sent it off on Monday. So they got it. They got it like Tuesday or whatever. I don't remember, but they fixed it on Thursday. They didn't really tell me what the problem was. It was just like the hard drive can't be read, and they couldn't make like a copy of it or whatever. So I lost everything on it. But they gave me a new hard drive, and installed an SSD, and then said we want to test it overnight to make sure that it's fine, rather than sending it back straight away. So they tested it Friday, and then because they're not working on the weekend, they had to send it, and then so it's coming back Monday anyways, so I'll have it tomorrow, but so that's all sorted. But I don't know, I'm just happy it's fucking fixed and I can get it back and get this Spider-Man video out and whatever else. So
yeah, well, that's good. I'm excited. I'm glad it's not like 10 days or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I can't even. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine just not being able to do videos or be productive or doing things. Fucking nightmare, man. Like, that's just so stressful.
Yeah, it really is. It's horrible, especially when all these big games are coming out. It's like, Spider-Man and Tomb Raider are both out, and I wanted to make videos on both of them, and it's like, I want both of them, but I can't. It's fucking horrible. I've written the script for the Spider-Man one, and that's all done, but it's like, I don't know. I want to get these videos out, but it's just it's really annoying.
Yeah, cool. I got a new job / an old job.
Okay.
This past week, everything's coming out of Millhouse in my life at the moment. It's been a rough year of sorts in a lot of ways, but things are coming up because I was just doing to make some cash on the side, just doing casual laboring, just to make some money, and it's fucking you do what you got to do. It is what it is. Not really for me, but I got a job with the company I used to work for, so I'm back. So I've got a week off where I'm just going to make YouTube videos this week, and then start back next week, and it was really easy to get back to that job. Thankfully, they were all super excited to have me. So,
Okay, cool.
thankfully, I have an actual normal schedule again. Like, with casual labouring, they'll just text you the day before, like, here, you can drive 2 hours here and sit in the sun for 10 hours straight and then drive back. Good luck, have fun. It's just, and it might be just for the day, or it might be like 3 weeks you're out there. You just don't know. So,
yeah.
I'm saying it's not the funnest thing, but yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, well, that's good.
And it's going good. And went to Ubisoft in Sydney on Monday.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. I'll get into that. I'll tell the full story of that.
Okay.
Soon, not quite yet. There's a few things I want to get through before.
Okay.
Is just for some catch-ups with games coming out, because you said you're playing Tomb Raider right now.
I am playing that, yeah.
How's Tomb Raider? Because I haven't played any of the new Tomb Raider games. I have the first one on my Xbox downloaded, but I've never played it. So how is it in comparison to the others?
It's good. I haven't played much of it, because what I decided to do was, when I found out I was getting my computer back Monday, I was like, look, I've played a bit of it, but what I'm going to do is just wait so I can capture the footage, because I don't have to play it all again, because I've already got to play Spider-Man again to get the footage. So I was like, I'll just wait. But I've played about 2 hours of it, and it's a good time. Like, it's not, like, I never thought, like, oh, this is going to be a mind-blowing, amazing experience, which it's not, but it's a competent game, and so far it's fun, and I like the character arc they're doing with Lara, because it's sort of the end of her origin story, and I sort of like where she came from in the beginning being this sort of, she wasn't confident in what she was doing, and then learned sort of, how to survive and how to do what she does, and she's kind of at a point now where, because she's still young and still learning, and she has all this experience, she's sort of in a place where she's quite arrogant about her abilities and doesn't want anyone else's help. And I quite like that arc they're telling, which will develop her probably into the Tomb Raider, sort of like Lara Croft we know, where she's confident in her abilities, but also has a team to help her out as well by the end of things, which I quite like, because it sort of gets her into a lot of problems and interesting scenarios, being that sort of arrogant, sort of only relying on herself type of thing. And I like that arc, so that's interesting. I'm interested to see where it would go. I am interested in the story so far, because it sort of is like a continuation of what we've already had built up. So that's fun. And the game's fun. It's just sort of a typical Tomb Raider experience. It's nothing, mind blowing, but it's fun. So I'm having a good time.
That's good. In comparison, like Uncharted, I'm sure I've asked you this before about this conversation, but just in general, this new Tomb Raider series, is it like playing Uncharted? Is that the best comparison in terms of other games?
In terms of like structure and what they're going for, I guess. Because it's one of those sort of treasure hunty type things with the set pieces and stuff. And obviously Uncharted is leagues better than most games that exist. But Tomb Raider does a good job. It's not Uncharted, but it's good. So it's sort of difficult to make that comparison. I think there's a few differences, and I think there's not quite, maybe it's like playing like an Uncharted 2 now, whereas so it's like kind of a bit behind where Uncharted is.
Sure. Okay. That kind of makes sense. I mean, I don't expect it to be as good as Uncharted, but like I do really need to play like this Tomb Raider series. Like there's no reason I shouldn't be playing them. You know what I mean? It seems like a fun game with a good story and good characters, and what more do you want? And Square Enix, they're pretty. It's not often that they're putting out something low in quality, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, true. Oh, and they gave me a review copy, so thanks to them.
I was going to say, I was like, is the game out yet, or did you get a review copy? Because
it came out Friday.
It came out Friday. It came out Friday. Okay. And you've had it for what, a couple extra days?
Yeah, I got it like Monday, I think.
Okay. Oh, that's cool, man. That's awesome. But you haven't really even played it much, even though you got a review copy.
No, yeah, it's quite sad actually. Because if I had my PC, I could do it, get the review out, and like probably have that review out like the day of, if not the day after the release. But unfortunately, I can't. So
yeah, it is what it is. I've speaking of new game, Spider-Man as well is obviously the big new game that's come out recently, as well as Tomb Raider. You finished it. You did a video with Brett.
Yeah.
like a little, I guess, I don't know what it was. I haven't listened to it yet because I assumed there were spoilers.
Yeah, there were.
So I didn't like listen to it. And I finished Spider-Man yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, and I've got 2 trophies left, which is just to 100% all districts, which I've almost done, and then get every suit, which you need 100% all districts to get the last suit, which is all I need.
Yeah.
So I'm close, but no, not there quite yet. But yeah, spoiler free though, of course, on this podcast. We're going to do a spoiler cast, right? So we've got, we're allowed to talk about it. So we've got Ron from Marvel Central going to do the spoiler cast with us. And who's the other guy? I don't know him. You know him. I don't know him.
It's Evan Falaka from the channel Evan Falaka, because it's just his name.
Yeah.
Who's been covering Spider-Man PS4 since it was first announced, and he's been super into it. So I think that'll be a good chat, and we can also talk about Spider-Man PS4 and our thoughts on it very in depth. So if you're interested in Spider-Man PS4 and you want to hear our thoughts on everything, all of the spoilers and everything, then subscribe if you're not already, I guess.
We'll do that this week. Yeah, once you get your computer back, we'll organize the time like end of the week and put it out sometime at the end of this coming week.
Yeah, we'll put it out early on Patreon, right?
Yeah, put it the day before.
Yeah,
on Patreon. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about it after I finish it. There's so much to kind of digest, and what you said about the game, like spoiler free wise, makes sense. Like the first half of the story, if not the first 2/3 of the story, is like, yeah, this is good, superhero game. Then the last third is just incredible. It's a great game.
Yeah, it is.
Great game. Loved all the characters in it. Loved the storyline was great. The open world's a whole lot of fun. Even the side activity is fun. The only thing is like when you're completing all the districts, doing all the crimes is so fucking boring at this point. When I've done around 150, 160 crimes now, and I've still got another like 80 to go. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
I've done
I just
every
put on a
collectible and
podcast
everything.
And, had a good time with that.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's all right, but still, it's fucking kind of annoying.
Yeah, maybe that didn't need to be there. Maybe they could have put in something more interesting.
Did it have to be 5 of every crime in every district? There's 4 different crime types.
They didn't even need that limit. Like, why not just not have that challenge there? Like, just have the random crimes because it's cool, but why force me to do 5 of each in every district? Like, I don't understand why they're doing that. 2
of each in every district? Or because there's 5 variations
5
of crimes for each thing.
Well, you need 5 of each, don't you? Like, there's like 4 different types of crimes.
It's 4, is there? I thought there's 5 different types of crimes. That's why there's 5.
What? Oh, yeah, but no, because I meant like because there's the prisoner crimes, and then like there's the thug crimes and the demon crimes, and then you have to do like complete 5 demon crimes or complete 5 thug crimes or whatever.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That's really, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
Oh god. Okay.
How are you feeling with Spider-Man? Just because I hadn't finished it when I talked to you about this last week, because you talked about it Clubhouse last week, but what would you give it? I'd hate to, because you're still going to do a review, and I'm going to do a review. It'll come out like probably Tuesday, but mine will be spoiler free. I'm not going to do, like, I'll just do like a 8-minute, 10-minute review, spoiler free.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do a spoiler cast anyway. Is your spoiler free?
Yeah.
Oh, really? How much footage are you going to show? I only recorded the first 3 hours of the game because I'm not going to use anything. I don't want to show any footage from like after that, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm not going to play through the whole game again, I don't think. I'm just going to play through a good portion, so I've got a bunch of variation clips, because I talk about pretty much every main gameplay mechanic and side mission, so I'm going to need clips of all of them. Although I suppose I could go onto my main save and just replay some of them. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I sort of just go in depth on all of the different features that there are. What were you saying? You were asking something.
I was going to say rating. What would you sort of like, or not even rating, a numbered rating, like a rating in terms of Sony exclusives You've got Horizon, God of War, Uncharted 4, The Last of Us, Spider-Man, PS4. How are you feeling right now? Obviously, I agree with you. It is up there. It's a great, amazing game. No matter where we put it, it's not to say any of these games aren't great. They're all amazing. And this, I think you'd agree, lives up to Sony exclusive games.
Yeah. Well, when I first finished it and I was talking to people about it, I mean, this game it is special to me because, I mean, Spider-Man's been my favorite like superhero character for years. So I think it's more important to me in that sense. And I did originally say it's probably in my top 5 of all time. But now I'm not sure. It might
all-time games.
It might just be in my top 10 because I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that could be underneath Red Dead, that could be in my top, that could be my 5th. But then I'm like, but then there's games like Uncharted 4, and I'm like, that is better than it though. So
Uncharted 4 is better than Spider-Man, yeah.
And so it's like it's probably in my top 10, I would say somewhere, but I don't have my top 10 ordered, so I wouldn't know. But I might have to do some reordering, to be honest, of what my top 10 list is. But I think Spider-Man will be up there because I really liked it.
So where would you put it though? Just in the Sony exclusives, not even in your top 10 of just every game, just Sony exclusive. Where do you put it?
Sony exclusives.
So let's say in the PlayStation 4 era,
okay.
when you think of PlayStation exclusives, God of War.
Yeah.
This is no particular order. I'm just saying God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man PS4, Uncharted 4. Detroit Become Human. What other ones are out? There's still plenty coming out, but what are the other main ones that have?
I don't know.
Been Uncharted 4, Horizon, Spider-Man, God of War,
like Kingdom
Detroit.
Hearts 2.8. I don't know.
Well, like, where'd you put it in those 5? Where does Spider-Man sit?
I guess I would go with like God of War, Uncharted 4, then maybe Spider-Man or Horizon. Probably. Like I guess it depends on the day. One could go above the other. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna have to give it time for the dust to settle, to be honest. Because I think in the moment I'm like, yeah, Spider-Man. But maybe after like a year I'll look back and be like, yeah, Horizon was better. I don't know. But probably something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you thinking?
Yeah. Look, I think Spider-Man PS4 is amazing. Phenomenal game. Would recommend anyone with PS4 needs to get Spider-Man for sure. I think God of War, Uncharted, Horizon are better games than Spider-Man, but I'm also not like you in terms of why it's special. Spider-Man means a lot to me, all that sort of stuff. Like I love Spider-Man, but not like that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, I keep hearing there's so much Spider-Man talk going on with this game, or even with the new movies and MCU and all that sort of stuff. And people always go like, "Oh, who's your Spider-Man? It better be Tobey Maguire?" I'm like, I fucking hate Tobey Maguire, and I hated the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. I like the first Spider-Man, but
That's
I
really
hated
sad.
Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. I hated Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. Hated him as Peter Parker because I think he's a creepy serial killer looking dude.
What? No,
Like,
Tobey Maguire's great.
Tobey Maguire's a perfect Peter Parker. He's awkward. No.
He's not perfect.
Peter Parker is socially awkward. He's not a creep. Tobey Maguire is a creep. He's a creepy, unattractive, weird-looking guy that is just not
those movies
awkward.
are great.
He's not awkward. He is creepy, and the movies are creepy.
You fucking like Hook. Get out of here. You said Hook still holds up.
Hey, get the fuck out.
And then you're
Don't even-
shit-talking the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Hey, guess what? You know what? Fuck you. How dare you bring up Hook to me right now? Like that has something to do with what we're talking about. You treacherous
I'm just talking
fuck.
about your
That
opinion
has
on
nothing
old
to do-
movies. You're like, oh no,
bro,
Spider-Man, this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are
Hook
shit,
is
but Hook
before.
is sick. Hook
Get
still holds up,
out
man.
of here, bro. Get out of here. You're talking shit about Robin Williams, bro. Robin Williams is a fucking saint. Tobey Maguire's a creepy weirdo. Fuck you. And those movies are shit. They're not
sad.
shit.
Spider-Man
The first
2
one.
is
The second
great.
one's even okay.
Spider-Man 2 is the best one because the first one he's in high school and it's weird. It's when he's like in college that it's like this actually makes more sense to me.
He looks 60. Yeah, it is weird.
60.
He looks every bit of 60. Looks like he's ready to kill everybody in his school. That's what he does. It's like a horror alternative to Spider-Man, where Peter Parker is actually a serial killer.
Oh no. Fuck's
And Andrew
sake.
Garfield was a great Spider-Man, but just like way too cool and good looking to be Peter Parker.
Oh, I
so
hate
that's like
that,
he's not a
those
great Peter Parker,
movies,
but he was a good
completely.
Spider-Man. I thought, like he's funny,
He's
witty, and all
fine.
that shit
Yeah, he's
in the
fine.
suit. But I like to me, it's like who's your Spider-Man? Like Tom Holland.
Well, yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
he's the best one I've seen.
Yeah.
Like as you look back at all those movies, I'm not impressed by Tobey Maguire in any way as Spider-Man or as Peter Parker. Though the movies, like there's great villains in those, like Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Other than Spider-Man 3, of course.
Yeah.
No, 1 and 2. There's great villains and side characters like Harry James Franco. He's fucking awesome in all those movies. And then there's I think there's good bits to the Amazing Spider-Man movies as well. But yeah, I mean Tom Holland in the MCU to me is he's socially awkward but not creepy. Like he's like sympathetic socially awkward, but he's still not a loser looking guy, and he's got like the youth and the wittiness. I think he's just the perfect Peter Parker and the perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's where it sits for me. So Spider-Man's only really recently for me become a big deal because of I think Homecoming is such a great movie, and Tom Holland's so good in the MCU. That's why I'm like, oh no, I'm getting behind Spider-Man again. Like I haven't really been a big fan since I was like a kid, and they were new movies, those original like Sam Raimi ones. So with the game, like I wasn't even I was talking shit about the game for ages up until this E3 where I saw that demo. Like okay, I see what's happening. I can get behind this. I feel like I haven't looked at the chat, and it's going to be a lot of upset people.
I'm looking at the chat, but
yeah,
Tyler is
people
not real. So just because Australia is not real, it's fake.
Yeah, Australia isn't real. I am an actor, so that's true. But yeah, that's how I feel. So Spider-Man PS4, great game, but bottom of my list in terms of the PS4 exclusives. I never played Detroit.
You
but
haven't played
like
Detroit?
Horizon, God of War, and Uncharted 4 to me are far better games, like by a lot.
Sure.
But Spider-Man PS4 is a great, solid game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of people will take that as what was that?
Tylosaurus. Someone just said Tylosaurus in the chat.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand what's happening.
I don't know. No, I
Anyway,
don't know.
some people take that.
Oh, some people take that as like, oh, Tyler hates Spider-Man PS4, which obviously isn't the case. All PlayStation exclusives are very good, even when there's a big gap in between them. Like, they're sort of they're on this another level of, you know, they don't really compete with, you know, all the average games that get released.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, like, I would give, like, if I gave a number rating, it'd be like 8.5. Like, really solid. Like, a really great, awesome game. That's probably where I'd sit it. Whereas, like,
give it like a 9.
Horizon, Uncharted 4 are like 9.5s, God of War is like a 10.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
sense.
You know,
but 8.5 that's probably the numbered rating I'd give all the best MCU movies. You know, so I feel like Spider-Man PS4 lives up to how Marvel does movies, like some of the great ones, like Homecoming, like Civil War. Like Civil War's probably like a 9 to me. Like that's the best one though of all the MCU movies. But yeah, like Guardians or The Homecoming or Ragnarok and you know all those sorts of movies. Like I'm excited to see the future of Marvel games outside of just Spider-Man, but I can't wait for Insomniac to do a sequel to this because I want to see the story continue. There's a lot of cool stuff set up and a lot more stories to tell, and But do you do New York again? What do you do?
I suppose they'd have to, but just maybe they could expand. Maybe you could include like Queens and places like that.
I guess
around some islands, and I don't know, because it's. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it being set in the same city. It's like I guess they could improve it, change some things here and there, so it feels a bit different. But like they've built a really solid New York.
Yeah, but I've seen it, done it.
Yeah, but what else do you do? Because Spider-Man's in New York.
You'll have to add in like Queens and Brooklyn and you know what I mean, like the other islands of you know.
I think that would make sense to just expand
outwards.
You can't
just you can't just do that again.
Yeah, sort of like what the Batman Arkham games did. How you had Arkham Island, and then they did Arkham City, and then they did whatever the fuck that was, because it wasn't Gotham. It was like I don't know. It was like an island next to Gotham. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Someone said in the chat, can God of War PS4 be your first God of War game? Yes, it can. It was my first God of War game.
Yeah,
and it's the best game I've ever played. So yes, it can.
Yeah, I'd recommend at least knowing God of War beforehand, like at least knowing some key points, because I think it'll improve your experience. But I don't think you have to play them. I think if you play them, it improves the experience a bit. I think personally, I'm happy I played the other God of War games, but you can just go into it as long as you know who Kratos is. You know some key elements.
You sent me like a recap video to watch before I started playing God of War PS4.
Yeah.
Just so I had some idea. Yeah, that was cool. So, speaking of Marvel, Captain Marvel has a trailer this week, doesn't it?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Fuck yeah. Like, so that comes out March, or February. Like, that's the Black Panther slot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the next MCU movie. Like, there's no Marvel movie until, well, there's Venom, but that doesn't count. Like,
no, fuck that.
Yeah. So so we don't have anything to. Oh wow. So what do we have this year? We had Black Panther, because there's usually 3. Yeah, we already had Black Panther, Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
And then, so we've got next year's Captain Marvel, Avengers 4, and Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
That's a great lineup next year.
It is.
That's so exciting. Like, because it's not even Phase 3 ends and Phase 4 starts next year. It's like Generation 1 ends. Generation 2 begins. And, you end obviously with Avengers 4 and the Iron Man, Captain America sort of eras. And you start the next generation with a Spider-Man movie, and that's kind of like the perfect movie to start with.
Yeah, it's cool. Like they've said as well, Spider-Man Far From Home picks up like seconds after Avengers 4, so that'll be cool to have it start like right away afterwards and see how that happens. It's gonna be good though,
especially when it comes out like 2 months later. That's that's what you want.
Better than an Ant-Man. Like you don't get Avengers and then Ant-Man. You get Avengers and then Spider-Man, which is a lot better.
Yeah, that is weird, eh? Like Ant-Man, the release of that whole was so weird. But I guess you couldn't have the end of Ant-Man without Avengers coming out.
Yeah, but it's,
you know what I mean?
Did
and the reason that Ant-Man has that ending is because Avengers 4, Ant-Man is very important to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So there is when you think about it, there's a very specific reason Ant-Man the Wasp came out after Infinity War, but it's also not exactly what you want to watch after seeing Infinity War. You want to see Avengers 4 next. Yeah. Or you want to see Captain Marvel next because she's going to show up. But then again, Ant-Man's going to show up in Avengers 4.
Yeah, but Ant-Man's not as cool. Like, when you watch Captain Marvel, you're like, she's this big, important character. And then Ant-Man is like, Ant-Man. It's like, yeah, he's Ant-Man, but like, he's Ant-Man. I don't know. It's weird. They did the same thing with the first Ant-Man, though. Because they did... What was it they did? It came out... Did it come out after Age of Ultron? Or was it Civil War? No,
it came out after. Yeah, it did. It was Age of Ultron, and then
it was Ant-Man straight away.
Yeah, that was the first time. It was weird.
Yeah,
that was such a weird order to do that in, eh?
Yeah.
It's but it was weird. I remember thinking that. I'm like, what a weird end to Phase 2.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, and then Civil War was after that.
Yeah, the next year. Yeah, I guess it's all a bit odd sometimes, but it does make sense when you to small details of it. But it's more just the order of excitement level is weird, of how close they are released. Like if you came out with Ant-Man the Wasp in December, you're like, oh okay, that's fine. But because it's like 2 months after Infinity War, you're like, the next chapter already, you're still like recovering from Infinity War, and then you're like, yeah, oh okay.
Yeah, it's weird when they do that.
He goes small, and then he gets big. That's cool.
Because
you know what I mean?
Because Thor Ragnarok was October. Why didn't they put Ant-Man out in October? Why did it come out in fucking July or whenever it was? I guess trying to capitalize on like summer movies because more people are going to see movies, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
They
But
didn't want
last
to
year
put
we
out
had
at the same
Ragnarok.
time as Venom as well.
What was last year? Last year was because
Black
last year was good too. We had
Panther?
Thor Ragnarok,
What?
Guardians of the
Oh, you're talking
Galaxy
about...
2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Marvel. I'm just trying to think of order.
That was this year.
And
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Ragnarok
last year
was
was,
like October, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was July, and then we had one
Spider-Man?
earlier in the year.
No, it was Guardians, Spider-Man, and Thor.
Was Spider-Man last year? It feels like
Yeah,
so long ago.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because Civil War was 2016.
Mm.
Then you got Homecoming the year after. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, what a great year that was. Ragnarok, Guardians 2, and Spider-Man. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This year's been
That is
not
crazy.
as good, I think, in terms of the structure
Like,
and the
Black
movies
Panther
we've
was-
gotten.
Black Panther was great, but that was so long ago already, it feels
True,
like.
but it also wasn't like a Guardians or a Spider-Man. Like, it was great.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it wasn't
like,
as good as Spider-Man. It was probably, it was just, it was great in its own way. I did like the fact that it was a serious Marvel movie. In some ways, I was like, I didn't laugh really at all. I don't think Black Panther. I was like, I'm kind of feel like I'm ready for. I don't have to laugh every Marvel movie. Some of them can be more serious.
Yeah, true. It's just a bit. I just think there was some parts of it that were quite generic. I think it gets a lot more credit than it deserves, to be honest. Like, it wasn't that good. Like, it was great, and it was up there with the greatest Marvel movies. But like, it wasn't like that good that I was losing my mind over it. Like, it was it was a pretty typical story. It was like the same thing that they always do.
I don't know. I think it's really good.
But it had the twist of being set in Wakanda, which was more interesting. But then it's like, you've got this guy who's like, oh, I want to take over, and I'm going to also dress up like you do, and we're going to have a fight, and we're going to be dressed the same. Like every Marvel supervillain ever. They always do that.
Yeah, but they had a good villain in this, at least.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, he was fucking awesome. So don't talk shit.
Yeah,
Don't talk
okay.
shit, James.
Yeah, he was okay, I guess. Now, you know what? I hated him. He was terrible.
Oh, did you? Did you? Okay.
Yeah, well...
Oh, so I was on Twitter yesterday
Really?
because I go through your profiles when I'm writing the list. And I always tell you this. I'm like, you ever see me liking shit of yours from like way earlier in the week? It's just because that's when I'm scrolling through the profile to be like, what happened this week? What can we put on the list? What is the news? Like,
yeah. Okay.
And saw some. Again, I don't know who they are. Some, I don't know, YouTube online celebrity streaming, and someone paid for them to say, hey, "Man, I've got big shoes."
Do you know who she is? She's...
No, first, before you even answer this,
okay.
What I want to talk about is, like, I fucking love the meme. Hey, man, I've got big shoes, but this has become a phenomenon. Like, we've got some memes in the community. The 4 pillars. But that's many a meme. This is my Bayek comes to mind. What a great meme.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, hey man, I've got big shoes is eclipsing everything in terms of longevity.
Yeah.
It's been around all year, since the start of the year.
That's true. It's been around for a long time. Everyone just loves it. It's a great meme.
It's getting bigger. What is this?
The shoes are getting bigger. She plays a character called Colleen Wing in Iron Fist on Netflix, the Marvel Netflix show. It's so great. We're just gonna keep finding people that happen to be streaming and making them say, "Hey man, I've got big shoes," and eventually we'll have a big collection of these obscure celebrities that have big shoes.
We've already got John Mayer, my favorite artist of all time, saying, "I've got really big shoes."
Yeah.
I was so happy when I found them. I'm like, yes. Just gonna clip that.
So great.
I have really big shoes. I have really big shoes. I was like, oh. So
it's just the best.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I like it. Keep it going. I want to keep seeing celebrities I don't know say, "Hey man, I've got big shoes."
It's great. It's a good meme.
All right. There's one Spider-Man topic I want to touch on before we go on to
okay.
a long, what's probably going to be a very long conversation about Assassin's Creed.
Oh, great. Are we in
We've got
2016? Christ, okay.
We've got about 6 headlines that are Assassin's Creed related. It's been a big week. It's been a big week. It's been a big
6?
2 weeks. Yeah. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Oh, God,
5
okay.
things.
All right. So what's this Spider-Man thing?
They're all meshed together, but I just want to remember to touch on all those things. Spider-Man, police, portrayal, backlash.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to explain this to people that don't know?
It was Kotaku, right, that did the article. It was basically someone that was mad that the police are portrayed as the good guys in Spider-Man PS4 because they think that Insomniac should have taken the chance to make a political statement on how police are really bad, horrible, racist people, like they obviously are in real life. And that's what the article was about. And of course it was Kotaku that posted it because they're the most bipolar fucking like journalists on the internet. You see, like, they post out all of these different articles and they're all fucking different things. It's all over the place. And it was just like, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. What is going on? I just don't know. People are so mad at everything all the time. They always find a reason to just be disappointed in something and be like, oh, they did this wrong and this is, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I saw it, I wasn't surprised. I just was to myself, I'm like, what the fuck? Why does... Not everything has to be for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Why is it that everything ever has to be... What the fuck is wrong with people today, man? Where everything has to be for them. Like, it's good things. I'm like, if you're a fan of Spider-Man and you get a Spider-Man game, that's for you. You know what I mean? It's Spider-Man. You're playing Spider-Man. You're into political shit, and you're like, well, I think the police did this and this political statement. I hope the Spider-Man game portrays that. I feel like it has a responsibility to portray current events, to make a bold statement.
Oh,
it's not... Why does it have to always be about what you want?
Yeah.
Because what you're even upset about, not everyone agrees with. That's what you think. But some of you think the things that you enjoy also have to agree with you and then do what you want. It's fucking insane, man.
I know. And
it's insane.
It's this mentality of they must think they're right because... They must think, well, I'm in this group of people that think...
There's no debate, bro.
You know, the same thing as I do, so they have to do this because this is the right mentality to have. If you do anything else, you're wrong and you're a horrible person. And that's how they look at it. They're like, if this games company isn't doing this in the game, then they're wrong. Why do they not have the correct line of thinking like I have? And it's like...
Yeah, and I mean, of course, they're 100% right because, what else are video games making political statements? They're certainly not to escape reality and be distractions and enjoyment and entertainment. They're not for that. They're not escapist media. They're the current events and political portrayals of my opinions. Of course they are. Of course it's Spider-Man. A man who has powers of a spider. A 23-year-old who swings around New York like a spider.
Do spiders do that?
Yeah, bro. Have you not played Spider-Man? You fucking idiot. And also, Jesus Christ. The police better also portray everything I want to portray.
Oh, it's so dumb. It is so dumb.
If you honestly ever are that person that has some sort of political view and a game doesn't portray something the way you think it should be portrayed, and you then go, I feel this game has a responsibility to do this, you can go kick fucking rocks, bro. Get fucked. Seriously? You loser.
Yeah.
You loser.
It's ridiculous.
It's not all about you. It just isn't. Some things are about you. You know what? Some things are about you. Not everything. Not everything in your life has to be what you want. And if you can't handle that, I don't know how you've existed in life. Because you're going to get a rude awakening sooner or later. You fucking loser. And whoever... I'm not even the guy that wrote this article. Whoever told... If it was him, it was his idea totally, then yeah, fuck that guy. But like, if he was told to write this by whoever's idea this was... And if you genuinely believe, because I don't even believe this guy, whoever guy, girl, I don't know if I fucking wrote it.
Have you not seen the person?
Whoever wrote it? No, I haven't seen him.
It was definitely their idea. You can tell.
So whoever wrote it, I don't even think they believe it. They just wrote it because they feel like they were supposed to write it. They saw this opportunity. They saw an opportunity, James. You know what? 1,000,000% this person doesn't give a fuck about this point. They don't care.
Well, most people
don't. Saw an opportunity to be virtuous. Oh shit! The police aren't really portrayed the way I think. You know what? I could write an article about that. And be like, stand up for what I believe in. All these people believe in. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, get virtue points. Fuck yeah, I'll look like the man. Fuck you. Who was it? Was it a guy or girl?
Yeah, I don't know.
You said, have you seen the person? You've seen the person.
Well, I don't know if they're male or female. I can't tell. Like.
Oh, really? Please send me a picture.
Alright, hold up. I've got to find... It's the same person they did. I don't know. It was ages ago. I just found it and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Well, obviously this is the person that wrote it. Like, I wouldn't expect anything else.
Yeah, of course. They wrote this.
And I've seen the same person write
vegan
chicken.
Else. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. My computer's being really slow because I'm streaming. If I go to... If I just go to Kotaku, I should be able to find it.
Tyler does kind of sound like he's drunk. No, I'm not drunk.
Everyone always says that.
I'm drinking a beer. It's the only drink I've had today. One beer. I think I can hold it together. I think I'm okay.
So drunk.
Dude, I'm so drunk, bro. Ooh.
I'm having a look at...
If I was actually drunk, you wouldn't think I was, because I'd be so focused on holding it together. Whereas like, I have one beer, I'm like, fuck this, fuck that.
How long ago was this? I'm trying to find it.
So you refuse to assume gender? You're scared of offending this person?
I mean, I just can't tell. I would say they're female.
But I just want to know the name. Then you can tell from the name.
I know, but I don't know their name. I'm trying to find it. They had like pink hair, like.
Of course, but of course they did.
Oh, here we go.
They dyed green, I'm sure.
Heather.
Okay, so it's a woman. Okay, listen here, Heather. Yeah. You don't believe this, and honestly, like, hope you live a long, very happy, successful life with nothing but joy and love. But right now, you're a loser. And you need to look in the mirror, maybe dye your hair back. Second of all, don't write articles about political shit in a game that's called Spider-Man. Spider-Man. A kid that dresses in a suit and swings webs. What's wrong with you? Do you hate fun? Do you hate joy? Is everything that brings joy to people, you're just like, fuck that, I'm going to ruin that? You're the worst.
I'm just looking down the Twitter page and I can't deal with this. It's so...
Don't do this. Don't do it to yourself, bro. Don't do it to yourself.
The spider cop problem.
Wow. Let's move on from this. Ridiculous.
Okay. Right. What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. What else we got?
Oh, you before we, because I'm trying to avoid Assassin's Creed for a while. You released the Red Dead Redemption retrospective.
Oh yeah, I did.
You did? How's that gone? I haven't checked up since the day it came out.
I haven't been looking at any of my channel page for like the past week, but I think it's doing fine. It's doing similar. Yeah, it's on like 4.5k views, which is okay. It's obviously not what I want, but the same thing happened to the Fable retrospective, and then that did something.
It's on 150,000 views now, bro.
Yeah, so it's like maybe these videos are more of a sort of a slow burn. I think like you just gotta wait.
They
You just gotta leave it.
They have longevity to them, man.
Yeah, you just gotta wait. Like closer when we get another Red Dead 2 trailer, or when the game comes out around that time, people will find that video. I'm sure it'll be put into the algorithm, and people will find it. So I'll just leave it there to sit and simmer, and eventually I'll check back, and it'll just have loads of views, and it'll be great. Or it won't, and I'll be really upset. But either way, I'm happy with the video. So
that's good. That's good. I enjoyed it. It was fucking great, but I expected nothing less after you did your Fable retrospective it's you making videos, so I kind of have an expectation.
Appreciate
it. So can't really avoid it any longer.
All right,
James.
let's do it.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a long conversation.
Tell you what, if you haven't already liked the stream, go like the stream. We could smash 100 likes right now if everyone just clicks like, and we can just, especially because we're talking about Assassin's Creed when we don't want to. So I don't know why we're doing that, but okay.
Okay.
What is it? What do we got?
So this past week, James, I was flown out by the lovely people over at Ubisoft Australia to Sydney to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah.
So I got a message maybe like, fuck off. Like, I sent you a screenshot because I was as shocked as anybody. That I just got sent a message. It was just like, oh, hey, Tyler, we got an event, an Assassin's Creed Odyssey event. Is that in Sydney in our office? Would that be something you're interested in? I'm like, well, yeah, I'm the type of person, when you get an opportunity, you don't say no, because you never know what's kind of going to come out of it. So I said, yeah, of course. And they flew me out, and I expected, because it was over a couple of days, I believe. And I just was flying out for the one day. It was Monday, this past Monday that just went. And so flew down to Sydney in the morning, and then flew back up to Brizzy that night. And just spent the day there playing. And I go there, I expected, there to be this in my head. This is how I expected it. There'd be a room, a bunch of TVs, PlayStations, and different people would have their own recording equipment and would be playing and recording. That's what I expected going in. I get there, I walk in to the office, receptionist greets me, and they're all super lovely and nice to me, by the way. The Australian office, the other one I know personally, lovely, amazing people. And have always been super generous to me with like give me games and things like that. And I walk in, and they go, "Oh, you're here to see, blah, yeah." And do you want water? Oh, do you want a coffee? We go down the street, get you a coffee or any food you want. I'm like, what? And they go, yeah, you're the first. And they said you're the first influencer we've had through. We've got another YouTuber coming tomorrow and stuff. I'm like, wait, what? Influencer? What? Like, I've never been called that before. This is my first like YouTube sort of trip. So it was all very surreal to me. They'd had like, media and stuff through in the coming days, but on this day it was just me.
Oh, really?
They had this like theater rooms type thing, like big room with a massive TV. It's like, yep, here you go. So, they obviously talk you through things, like capture guidelines. What I can publish, what I can't publish, what I can talk about, what I can't talk about, what I'm going to see, all that sort of stuff, things I'm not allowed to talk about and whatnot. And then they're like, yeah, go for it. No one will disturb you. Or you can play as long as you want. Go for it. I'm like, okay. So I spent the whole, 5-6 hours and I played. I think I can say, I don't know if I'm allowed to say how long. I'm not allowed to say how long the build was or something like that. But
how long it was? What do you mean?
Like, because of how big the build that I played was, I can't say that for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just a thing I can't say. But I didn't play the whole build. Like, I only had, at most, the 6 hours I played was because I had to go catch a flight and everything like that. And I was kind of like, after you play 5-6 hours of a game, I didn't want to play anymore. I was like, I'm good. Like, I can wait till the game, till I get the game. But they did tell me that. Like, I'm not sure if I'm getting a review copy or not, but they did say I'll be getting the game. So, because I did say, I'm like, it's not really a game I'd spend my money on when Red Dead's about to come out. But if I, am given the game, obviously I'll play it, which is what will happen. So then I'll do a review and everything like that, like a full review.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I played this, what I believe, like, I don't know, but I played the game from the start. Okay. So I played the first 6 hours of the game from my understanding. And I did, if you want like a really concise analysis, review, details, impressions, I did a video that's up on my channel now about it. But yeah, like, it was interesting.
Interestingly bad? Yeah, I thought so too.
And this is what I want to talk to you about. So you hate Odyssey.
I really do. Not even, I hate's a strong word. I just think it looks really shit. But you're talking a lot of shit about it, and I get that, like, and I had a talk to one of the community managers at the office, and we had a long conversation after I finished playing, and I talked to them about what I've been hearing in the community, what my thoughts are, what my issues with the franchise are at the moment, like, this is what's going on, this is how people are feeling, all this sort of stuff. And I had a good, like, 45-minute, like, conversation that was, good. But the thing was just that feedback then goes from, the Sydney office to Quebec, and they're going to hear that and be like, fuck, we don't give a shit what you guys say. Or, I don't know, maybe they might, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't see that making any difference to them. Even to who I was talking to really took it on board. I was like, yeah, well, I get what you're saying with this, and I get what you're saying with that. That makes sense, Because I was just talking to a normal person. I found it much easier to talk in person than you try to make videos. Someone's like, oh, well, I've interpreted what you've said as this. Well, when you're in person, you can have that just dialogue straight away. But with you, the thing I'm worried about is this game deserves to get a lot of shit when it comes to lore. It deserves to get a lot of shit when it comes to, like, the assassin storyline, the fact that there's no Assassin's Creed in this Assassin's Creed game. There's no social stealth. There's, the modern days all fucked around from, like, Juno being in a comic book, all that sort of stuff. All the things we've had problems with Assassin's Creed are all still there. Now, I've played the game, and the game looks better than Origins in graphics wise. Nah,
graphically,
it doesn't.
Game, bro. Hey,
you're just not used to the PS4 Pro. That's what it is. That's definitely what it is.
Maybe you're right, but also, it looked a lot better.
No, Origins
I give a big portion of that to the PS4 Pro, but it doesn't look worse than Origins.
Oh, it looks so flat though, and like the water looks like
YouTube
shit.
Video, like, it's compressed. Not what actually.
Yeah, but like fucking fuck it. Also, but all the Origins videos were compressed as well.
I just want you to criticize what the real problems are, because when it comes out, people are going to throw back in your face and be like, see, this was good, you're wrong.
Yeah, and I'll be like, I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm really happy you enjoyed it. But I still think it's shit.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Like, it's like, they'll be like, oh, see, the water looks good, the textures are good, therefore this game's amazing and you were wrong.
Well, that's what they want to think. That's what they're always going to think.
Like, the smallest, that's an issue which is small and minuscule. The big issue is this and that, and those are still issues. Obviously, I haven't played the full game. I don't have any information that, like, can say whether it is or isn't good. I can say that I don't see how the story's connected yet to Assassin's Creed.
It won't be.
Other than there's pieces of Eden and Isu and stuff, obviously, we assume that. I didn't see any of that.
Well, we know the story. We
know that's the story.
Well, the novel got leaked. Did you not? Have you seen any of that? We know that. Well, I know the whole story. I don't know if you. I mean, I don't want to say it on the podcast because obviously
I don't really want to know because I am going to play it, and I don't really need to spoil.
There's oh god, there's so many little like things that are like that doesn't make any fucking sense. Oh, it's so bad. I wish. Oh, fuck's sake. It's lore things, like the story really fucks with the lore. And not even like old lore, it's like stuff that was established in Origins, they immediately have changed in Odyssey. It's so weird, I don't know why. It's like they weren't talking to each other. It's really fucking
Well, we know
weird.
they don't. We know they don't talk to each other. Yeah, look, the interesting was for the storyline that I was playing, which I'm going to call it you're a Greek mercenary in ancient Greece. That storyline that I played was actually pretty good. Like, I could see where I'm like, this was going to be a cool game. Not Assassin's Creed, but like, you know what I mean? That's I'm like, this game is being held back by, as if it wasn't Assassin's Creed, they just made the same way, like if they made a pirate game, like Black Flag, and it wasn't Assassin's Creed.
They did make a pirate game. They ruined it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know,
this is the thing, right? I just don't care. Like, I don't care so much that, like, I don't even want to like it. I'm like, I don't care.
I know you don't want to like it.
Like,
I know you don't want to.
Because the thing to me is when I look at it, I'm like, all of the things I hate are there, and anything that's like good is like, I just don't care. It's like I played all of the good stuff in Origins. They've taken it all. It looks weird to me. Like, the combat animations look worse. The running animations look worse.
There are a couple of textures, don't get me wrong, that were like, that looks a bit weird, but
their skin
like
looks
graphically
weird too.
It looks better. Yeah, well, I mean, the facial animations were weird. I said that to the community manager that was, you know, running me through the day, and they freaked out. They're like, wait, not like Mass Effect Andromeda or anything. I'm like, no, not like that, but not good. Like, it's still not good. You know what I mean? It's not like Mass Effect Andromeda where it's like, oh, this is going to be a meme. But it's like, oh, I said, well, look at Origins last year. Every side mission and main mission just looked great cutscenes wise with dialogue and everything. Like, why is it the game the next year looks like this? That to me just means rushed, unpolished.
Yeah.
That's what that says to me.
I think it's just all of the good things that are quote unquote good are like, they're not good enough to me that I'm like, this will be fun. I'm like, but I hate everything else so much. It's like, I get like these things, like the RPG elements, it's like cool, but like Origins did it better. The Witcher 3 does it better. Horizon does it better. There's no reason why like I should settle for this. It's so average to me. Yeah. Like, that's the way I see it. Like, and like you said in your video, and like I've seen around when I've been watching like clips of it, is like the dialogue options don't look like they really need to be there. It's like
they don't matter. Oh, okay, so they definitely don't. I don't understand like why this is even in there.
Yeah.
Like, there's obviously multiple endings supposedly, so I guess the storyline, they just want to give you that. But like, this is the first time they've done dialogue options, and it's mostly like I did a quest and I didn't even realize what I did. Like, I had to go find a spear in a cave. It's a side quest. I go to the cave, find the spear. I come back. She goes, "Did you find the spear?" And I go, "Nah." And then I kept the spear.
That's so dumb. What the fuck?
Like, I could have said, like, you know.
That's so basic, like, though.
Yeah, here's the spear. Or I could have said, where's my... I want my reward first. Or I could say, no, I'm giving the spear. Now, that's fine. Because that's what you're saying. That's a basic side mission RPG dialogue option, right? Thing is, that has then no impact on anything else outside of that moment. Like, she doesn't know I took the spear. There's no consequence to it. My character doesn't develop into a bad guy.
Yeah, there's no karma system.
There's no Paragon Renegade level like Mass Effect. There's no Fable sort of transformation of good and bad. There's just, I could be literally the biggest cunt to one guy for no reason, and then in the next mission be a saint. It doesn't matter.
There's no need though.
I can be whoever I want whenever I want. There's no consistency to character at all. Like, there's no, this character is literally just like whatever. And you can say about any game, but I mean, there's no real consequence there. I think and again, I don't know. I said this in my impressions video, but I don't know for sure if when you do bad decisions, your notoriety level goes up, which is like a part of the mercenary system, the nemesis system.
Ugh.
So that's linked, I think, but I don't even know for sure. I'm pretty sure they're linked. I'm pretty sure that's like a consequence, but I don't think
Okay.
there's any other consequence to it. And I didn't play enough of like the story, obviously. Like it was only a very small portion of the actual storyline, but like the things that are going for this game is like you're in a great setting, obviously. The world
Sure.
looks awesome, like in terms of like the setting is awesome, so therefore like the whole map is the cool locations, cool looking buildings, and the armor sets are awesome, like building the customization's great. Like it has all the setting stuff going for it that you would. um the combat, yeah, I don't like. It's not as good as Origins. Like, it's not bad, but it's not as good as. I don't understand why it feels like it's been downgraded from
It looks
Origins.
like Syndicate to me. Like,
It's
comically
like it's
fast.
like Origins meet Syndicate though.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's
you know,
literally what it looks like to me. Like, it looks
it's not
like you
that
can
bad
see the
as Syndicate.
origins, but to me, it looks so weird. Whereas Origins to me, although it
Feels alright
wasn't,
to play. It feels alright to play. It doesn't feel as good as Origins to me, but hopefully in the final patch thing, because I
maybe.
didn't understand. My biggest thing was like when you can be a fucking indestructible Bayek in Origins if you know how to use the combat system properly.
Yeah.
And like I can play and never get hit in Origins because I've mastered the combat system. I know when to block. I know even when I'm swinging, if I know someone's behind me swinging, they're faster than me. I can stop swinging and dodge. In Origins, in Odyssey, you can't dodge once you swing. Like you're swinging, you're committed to the swing, and I try to press like square to like dodge, and I just get hit because I can't just. So you've got to parry,
That's a bit
and the
annoying.
parry's a 2-button system. And then like if you don't hit them at the same time, it won't do it. So if you hit one quicker than the other, then it won't even parry. I'm like, oh, for fuck's
That
sake!
sounds
Like,
like a
and
nightmare.
that's stuff that you can fix pretty easily with patches. Like that's not like a difficult. Oh well, that's it. This is fucked sort of thing. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that stuff can't be fixed because that's stuff that can actually be fixed
But is
pretty
it
quick.
is it like a glitch, or is that just what they want though?
I don't know. I assume it's what they want.
Yeah, that's what
But the
I
thing
thought.
you've got to understand this as well. Like, and this is something I didn't know right until I played. This is the first time playing like a specific build. When
Yeah.
they give you these test builds, they literally so you have the full game of Odyssey. They take the first X amount of hours out of that game and put it in its own file. So who knows what other coding shit that then unlinks and what the kind of what I mean?
But
Because
yeah,
everything's
potentially.
connected like that. Who knows what glitches and things? So you've got to accept when you're playing that there's certain glitches might happen that aren't going to be in the full game because what they've done is just stolen a piece out, and then you lose shit that might be connected to it. So I don't know. I'm assuming certain things like combat are what they wanted, but then again, I might get the full version and be like, oh, okay, no, this is fine.
Hmm.
So I be careful with that.
I'm
But
inclined to
like,
believe that
it's
it's
shit. I
gonna
know
be
you are.
shit. Yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it. I
I
just
know, dude. It's okay, man. It's okay. I get it, man. I get it.
I
I don't.
can't look at this
You
game in a positive
you can't
way.
play this game now. You can't play this game now.
I'm
You
gonna
can't
hate
say
it.
what you've said to play this game.
I've got to play it though for the dogs.
What do you mean you've got to play? Did you say for the dogs? What did
Yeah.
you just fucking say?
Because
the-
of the charity stream. Because I hit the goal, I have to play it.
No, you didn't hit the goal.
No, but I set a goal because to give incentive, I was like, look, if we hit this goal, I'll play it for a couple hours when it comes out. Like the day it comes out, I'll like stream for like an hour or two, and I'll play the game. And we hit the goal, that goal.
Oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
Why'd you do that?
because it's for charity, so it's fine.
Yeah, but you could have had another goal that's different and not about Odyssey.
Yeah, but it got people to donate, and it's fine. I'll play it for a bit. I'm sure we'll have a laugh, make up some memes. It'll be alright. But and who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe I'll completely change my mind and do a let's play and become an Assassin's Creed YouTuber once again. It won't happen.
No,
It
you
won't.
won't.
But
No,
could
you
you
won't. No,
imagine?
dude, trust. Yeah, no, I would be so pissed off at you.
Could you
Yeah,
imagine
no,
if
dude,
I
it's like
I just play it all in one sitting, and then at the end I'm like, fuck, that was a good modern day as well. That was
yeah,
some really,
really
good
good.
shit. Really good
That's
modern
something
day.
so like I I can't say anything about certain things, obviously.
Did
So
you see the
like
modern day?
I can't even say.
Uh,
I can't say.
say. So that's a yeah. That's a yes.
I can't say.
Like,
I cannot say whether or not I saw it or not. Um,
Uh,
in other news, don't be excited for it. Anyway,
uh,
any
I wasn't. It's okay.
no, I can't say anything about it. Like in all seriousness, yeah, I've nothing to say. But
Okay.
and again, I only played such a small portion that even if I saw something, how much really would it be? So I don't
Yeah,
know.
true. But
Who
also,
knows?
we know it's gonna suck. So
Do we? Okay.
yes, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
If Origins is any indication, as good as that game was, the modern day was fucking garbage. Maybe it'll be the opposite with Odyssey. Maybe the history stuff will be, average, and then the modern day will just be like this incredible thing. It
Yeah.
won't be, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like I have all the interesting thing is like I have all the recorded footage, like everything I played. So even the stuff I can't show, it's
Yeah.
like,
Show me.
it's weird. Nah, I'm good.
What do you mean no?
You,
Put it
you
somewhere.
you don't want to see it.
I kind of do a little bit.
You don't care.
I'm kind of intrigued. I kind of want to see it. Just be like, oh, I wonder what this is like. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like that's why I
There
read
was-
the leaked thing about the novel, so I knew what the story
Yeah,
was, because
too.
I don't care. This is so.
Well,
Do you know what's
yeah.
so weird? Is I swear we had this exact same conversation, like a couple years ago about something, and I was like, "Oh no, don't spoil anything," and you were like, "Oh no, I know everything about it because I don't care about it." I forget what it was about, but I swear we had the same conversation. It's weird. I was saying this the other day. It's like our viewpoints have completely switched. Like you used to always piss me off by just saying, "Oh no, it's gonna be shit though, isn't it? It's gonna be fucking shit." And I'm
Yeah,
just there
yeah,
like, "No, be positive about it." It's so weird.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but I mean, I'm not quite you. You're definitely like I was. But
Yeah.
like, I completely get where you're coming from. I'm just like, I've played it already. Two, I already know I'm going to get the game
Yeah.
given to me. So, like, I will play it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a review on it. And it's just going to happen. So I'm just accepting the fact that I'm just trying to be like, I have issues with the game and there's things I like about the game, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I just fucking hate it and I'm going to go in trying to hate it. Like, I'm just trying to be honest. Like, I've got people in the comments, like I had a comment today, someone going off, man, what a shit ignorant review. This isn't even a review. This is your impressions. Like, unless you play the full game, don't call it a review. You're so biased. You couldn't say anything positive. I'm like, I said plenty of nice things about it.
Yeah, you did.
Like, you weren't paying attention. He's like, you just said negative shit. I'm like, that's because and all they're saying is don't say anything negative about it.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's all they're saying, because there's plenty problems with it, but there's plenty of stuff I like. Like, the best feature of the whole game was the exploration mode, I thought.
Oh yeah.
Which was like,
what is that? Can
don't
you
give
explain that?
Yeah, so at the start of the game, when you choose like your difficulty to play, you choose guided mode or exploration mode. Guided mode is just every other Assassin's Creed game where when you're in a mission, it's like, oh, you're talking to someone, they're like, oh, I've got to go meet this guy and get this. And then you get a marker on your map that's like, that guy's there, go there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in exploration mode, during that dialogue, obviously it'll tell you like, yeah, well, this guy's here. And you're like, oh, cool, in this location. So it'll tell you on your objectives, it'll say like the top corner of your screen, like, this is your quest you're doing, find blah. And then underneath are 3 points, 2 or 3 points saying he's located northwest of this region.
Mm-hmm.
There is, I'll give one example, like, it's an island south of some valley. It is in the region of this, and it's been known to have a shipwreck on its beach.
Okay.
So then you go find it. So like, I looked at my map, I was like, oh, there's an island. There's only really one island there. That might be that one, but I think it's this one. When then there's a shipwreck on the front. I'm like, oh, that's where I'm supposed to go.
Okay.
So like, it's just like, so when you go from point A to point B, it's not mindlessly like, oh, listen to this podcast because it doesn't matter. I'm just traveling anyway. I'm just following a marker. It's like, no, well, okay, I've got to find this island and I'm looking for something so I know I'm in the right place. And then once you're there, send out your eagle to, and then it'll find, when you get like 150 meters within your objective and you can send Sennu out in Origins. Exactly the same here. Whereas when you're within that range of that objective, then you can send out whatever the eagle's fucking name is.
I'm not mad at that, actually. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It would have been good I would have loved that in Origins. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been a really cool
That's the first good thing I've ever said about the game.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing I'm interested in.
I got you to say something positive about it.
Yeah.
So but I want to tell people about this system because I don't want them to pick guided accidentally. Pick exploration mode if you're getting Odyssey and you're gonna play it. Pick exploration mode.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'll
do.
Do
yourself a favor. So because I thought that was great. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other there was a moment in the storyline early on that I got pretty intrigued. And again, this isn't Assassin's Creed storyline looks awesome. It is this ancient Greece mercenary storyline.
Because a lot of people assume if you say, "Oh, there's this interesting thing," they'll be like, "Oh, was there like an Isu modern day Link thing with the?" and it was epic.
No. It's like if you were writing a script about an ancient Greece mercenary.
Yeah.
And his life. There was just some cool, like, personal story moments that happen, and I'm not going to spoil anything. These things are out there. The gameplay I played, plenty of people have played and recorded, and videos are out of it. You can see them because they're not even like I have in front of me the things I'm not allowed to show. And most of them, except one moment, I think, is probably up on YouTube somewhere, and probably all of them are anyway because they've been leaked. Because people don't, really follow any of these guidelines half the time anyway. But, like, there are learning about, because I played as Alexios, I don't know if it's any different with Cassandra, but you find out kind of what happened to Alexios, and that is, that I thought was pretty. Some of that stuff, that backstory, I think is pretty interesting, and I'm intrigued, like, for the character in this ancient Greece game. I was like, that's pretty cool.
You know what? I have a question about. What were you saying?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, I was just going to say I have a question about the character. So, like, you were playing as Alexios. So, because from all the promotional stuff I've seen and all of the trailers and gameplay, it doesn't. To me, the character doesn't feel like a. It doesn't even feel like some of the worst Assassin's Creed characters where it's like an established character you're playing as. It feels like this empty shell for the player. It's like a vessel for the player more than anything. Does it feel like that when you're playing it, or does it feel like this is a character that's written and there's a story and this person clearly has a personality, like, compared to the other games?
I feel like from what I saw, there is some level of, like, personality and character there. Like, there is a level of, like, because the backstory of this character is given to you. And I felt like from what I saw of that and the way I could pretty easily see where that character goes and pick the right options dialogue-wise and certain things to kind of, like, give me, this is kind of what this character seems like it would do. And, in some ways, do you want to tell your own story here? Do they develop as a character? So will they start off a bit, I don't know, because he's a disgraced Spartan, is he closed off at the start and then later on you're a bit more open with things going on? I don't know. Like, I don't know how the story goes, but I feel like there's a character there, or there's enough information that's established that you can have a character, you can see him as a character and then play from there, if that makes sense.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I definitely feel there's definitely enough information that it's an established character for Alexios, and I assume it's the same as Cassandra.
I mean, it's just from everything they've shown, to me it's always felt like it's just this empty nothing. Like, I've never felt this sense of character, whereas with Bayek, I felt like there was this story there that they were trying to outline, but I feel like
there's no Bayek or anything.
Well, no,
of
course. Bayek's special, but it was... there was with the marketing for Origins, there was this clear indication of this is Bayek and this is his story. Whereas with Odyssey, I feel like they've gone so far down that this is your story that they're not even trying to show the story of the game. They're just like, this is just your story. Just fucking play as either of these. Do what the fuck you want. Like, that's the way it comes across. So I guess, suppose you have to wait to play the game to really appreciate if they're trying to tell a story of this character or whatever. But I mean, I suppose that's good. I mean, when I play, I'll play as Cassandra just because she's canon, and it'll bug me playing as Alexios. But you know.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I think
Also, I'm not
better voice
sexist,
actors.
so
Yeah, well, I am. So I'm gonna play as. Like, yeah. Fuck, that's funny. If I just for now, like, obviously I can't answer every question, but like, if anyone in the chat has questions about Odyssey, now might be a good time to ask him, and I can answer some stuff if anyone's got any pressing questions. Obviously, I can't talk about anything to do with whether I played Saw or anything to do with present day, or some story stuff I can't like talk about. But you know, nothing is that major. Like as well, like just because I can't talk about them doesn't mean they're that dude, this is top secret. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. It's not.
It's like with Origins, no one can talk about modern day, but it's not good.
Yeah, I just can't talk about it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
So, but it's not that I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not saying it is either. So don't take it as, oh my god, this must be amazing. Because someone messaged me, goes, can you tell me all the story stuff you couldn't say? Someone tweeted this to me, and I go, no. And they said, why not? I said, because I'm not allowed to. Like, yeah.
That's great.
Big question, was it good? Depends what you want from it. If you're a hardcore Assassin's Creed nerd, you're going to be pissed off underneath enjoying a fun open world RPG. Like, it's like, I feel like... Shoes. What's that? Does Alexios have big shoes? Your thoughts on the voice acting? I mean, the site, it's mostly, fine. Like, it's not Bayek. It's not Origins, but it's not... I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. I also think what I played looks better than some of those past demos suggested as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of those past demos made it I think, look worse, and I think there's things that fixed up. Similar to with Origins. Remember that first demo, there were some things we didn't like about it, but they fixed up some of the combat flow and things like that. So something that still annoyed me actually playing, I saw like sharks and shit, and the sharks are about 7,000 feet tall. Like this, every animal is enormous. That pissed me off. That actually.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
That's as fuck. Yeah, the sharks are like.
Well, do you know why that is? Because the Animus can't read the DNA, and so it's like, oh, let's make an epic version of Greece instead, not a real one. I've noticed that with a lot of it, is like that everything's more grand, and it's on this scale, and they've done it with the animals as well. It's because they're like, this is basically like ancient, like a fantasy ancient Greece, like if we were diving into ancient Greek mythology, as opposed to like an Origins where it's historically accurate, and their reason for that is, the DNA doesn't work, so the Animus just sort of. It just did it. It just made it up.
Yeah.
So,
I also have like when I say like I don't see the link between Assassin's Creed or anything, like with the universe, I think I see where they're trying to go with this.
Where do you think they're trying to go?
I can't say because...
Just say not based on what you've played. Just say just based on absolutely nothing.
Well, based on footage you can see that people have uploaded, I think, and I might be totally wrong here because I haven't said this anyway. I didn't even say this to the Ubisoft people. I said I think I have an idea. I feel like because at the start, this little girl, her name's Phoebe. She's on this island all the time, and she like wants an eagle, and she's like an orphan, so she kind of hangs around you and stuff. And you go, oh, she says it was the fact that Alexios as an eagle is like a blessing from the gods or something, and like he's super special, like he has some bloodline of gods or something like that.
Right.
Like that got put up in a side mission. Like I'm like, are they trying to establish like these characters as like their actual first civ, sort of like
actual first civ?
Well, not actual. I mean like like super strong.
Well, they are though.
Like
that's part of the marketing though, isn't it? That they're like the guy you're playing as is. Whether you play as Alexios or Cassandra, like they have a high concentration of first civ DNA. That's why they wield the
But it's not like Desmond has high concentration.
Yeah, but it's higher than that.
I'm talking about like super, like you're like 25% Isu sort of shit.
You mean like so a lot more than like even a Sage, like.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like more than a Sage because it's so far back.
That makes sense. I feel like that could be something they do.
I don't know that. I just think that from those couple clues.
I think if that's true,
know the story,
I know
bro,
I
so
do, and so I'm saying I think if they're going to do that, they won't even delve into it, though. I think if that's a thing, that'll just be a thing and they'll never say it. And it'll just be like, yeah, they just have a high concentration of first of DNA. Just don't worry about it. Like, we're just going to tell this other story that's really shit and stupid.
Yeah. Well, so Dante asked, what annoyed you the most about it? The combat, some of the combat stuff pissed me off a bit. The naval was really difficult. Like, you just got wrecked and everyone's after you.
Origins? Does it play exactly the same?
A little extra things in it.
But
and
like
the customization.
Controls are the same.
Like
no. You push left stick to move.
Oh, yeah, that's the same. And then there's like a travel speed, which is nice again. Thank God.
Okay.
You just hit square and you go straight to travel speed and then you don't have to worry about it. So that's fine. So traveling's alright. With travel speed, that fixes that annoying issue.
Okay, right, yeah.
But yeah, it's the same in like close quarters in combat and stuff.
Yeah, because I hated the way it controlled like a fucking gondola or something, but it was like massive. It was like a massive ship. It was horrible because there was no steering wheel. It just sort of like it was like a rowboat, so it was weird.
Yeah. Mitch Walker said, "Was the story good?" From what I played, I mean, like I could again. As a ancient, what I played wasn't much. It was zero Assassin's Creed stuff. It was Alexios, the Greek mercenary, just great Spartan. His storyline, I thought was interesting. There's a couple of scenes I was like, wow, I'm interested. I can see a motivation here to the backstory. I want to keep playing and I want to complete this task and objective.
Right. Is this though looking at it from let's try and look at this balanced, or is that like if you were just to pick up the game and play it? This is what I've got to deal with right now. Because I feel like if I would like, because when you compare it with like these really great, interesting stories, where is it? Like, is it in the same vein as something like, you know, like even Origins? Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe it's in the same vein, probably. Yeah, probably in the same vein of like, it's its own story.
Do you think
it's self-contained?
Do you think this game will fall into the good or bad Assassin's Creed games?
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting question, and I thought about this. Right now, it could be the first game that's halfway.
Sure.
It's either going to be the worst game of the best games, or it's going to be the best game of the worst games. That's where I'm sitting at right now.
That makes sense. I reckon more likely for me it'll be the best of the worst.
Yeah, like that's where I'm sitting at with this right now. Like I don't know enough yet. Again, I played 6 hours.
Yeah.
There's some things I like about it. There's some things I don't like about it. It's not. I think I can safely say it's not going to be an Origins level. It's certainly not going to be Ezio Trilogy level. But could it be one of the good games? It definitely could be one of the good Assassin's Creed games. It definitely could be the best of the worst games. I don't see it being like a bad like 3 or Rogue or something like that.
Yeah, but that's in terms of game quality, right? So
exactly, that's because it's got so much from Origins that it's going to be fun when it comes down to it.
Yeah, so in terms of being a video game, but then when you look at it as obviously being an Assassin's Creed game, it's like it's a fucking travesty.
But that's not even from me playing it. I'm saying that that's from me before ever playing it, and I maintain that after playing it.
Yeah, because you can't say
because I didn't see enough. Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't played any of the stuff that suggested Assassin's Creed-ness. You know what I mean? Like, I barely scratched the surface of the storyline. Barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, well, I mean, from what I know, nothing really happens until the end. Yeah,
that's what I expect as well.
Where they sort of do a little.
No, don't talk.
They do a little thing, and then it's like, oh, that was shit. It was. Oh, I can't wait for everyone to play it. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's like, honestly, it's like a Syndicate where it's like a parody of it's.
Get it? Stop talking. Stop ruining things for people that are gonna play it anyway.
Odyssey. I don't care. Fuck everyone.
Yeah. Okay. You're a selfish cunt then. Anyway.
Shit.
Ethan Kerr said, "Is Alexios better than Jacob?" Probably, but I don't know enough yet. How was the spear like? I mean, the spear two-handed was kind of annoying to use, but if you mean like the spear of Leonidas, it's whatever. It's literally nothing. It's just this thing you dual wield, and it annoys me because you can't have a shield.
Did you get to turn invisible?
No, that's like high level skill. I'm pretty sure, and I wouldn't do that anyway.
I tell you what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna summon in Evie Fry and then turn invisible with her and go into battle or something. It'll be epic. Really excited for Odyssey.
Yeah. did you experience or try out the romance options in your time playing? No, I didn't have to go to any like major side area where I could do that.
If anyone wants to read the leak that I'm talking about with the whole story, you can find it on the Assassin's Creed subreddit. There's just a post where someone's got the novel, and they've got like a picture of it or whatever, and they just write down all the key plot points. If you just searched like Assassin's Creed Odyssey novel leak Reddit or something, I'm sure you'd find it.
Yeah. ShieldZ, what are the frequencies of new armor loot in comparison to Origins? Was there a large variety of different armor sets? Yeah. I don't know how consistently that'll be throughout, if that's going to be as consistent from the start to the end of the game, but there was a lot of variety from just the start of the game. But the thing is, you can have the same armor set isn't set to like, well, this is a level 4 armor piece. You can level them up to whatever. So I saw nothing more than like common and rare. So there was enough variety there already. I was like, well, this is a good variety early on to like change a few armor pieces up, and there's a lot more customization options. So there's a lot more than Origins, I thought.
It looks very much like a Shadow of War type gear system to me. Is something I noticed.
Yeah, I never played Shadow of War, so
honestly, the game reminds me a lot of that in a lot of ways. To be honest, they've kind of taken the abilities you get from like the Wraith stuff and put it into like the spear. It looks very similar, actually. That's really strange with like the different special abilities you can activate that are like on the cross thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a bit weird actually, and they've got the Nemesis system. I see what they're doing.
I'm trying to find, because there's a bunch of questions, but most of them I can't answer, or like I don't know, like so I'm not even gonna answer. Is there a bully in the alley? I wish there was, but I don't think so.
Unfortunately, there's not. They do sing sea shanties though, right? Like shit Greek sea shanties.
Okay, I guess so. I do like the sound. The soundtrack's good though. Like I like that sort of music.
I can't take it seriously.
Okay, well. You hate everything.
I made it a meme, and now I can't take it seriously. I feel like we're getting to this point where you're even getting annoyed at me the same way everyone else is.
No, I just hope that you're right, because I don't want to deal with backtracking and people saying that you're wrong, because I think you are going to be right, but like
I don't care.
Well, I just mean like if you're going to be annoyed at things that are shit. But there's not everything in this game is shit.
Everything is shit.
Okay,
not everything is shit. But anyway. No, but I think everything is shit. I think it all looks shit. And the good stuff, I just don't think it's good enough to care about. I'm like, yeah, customization looks cool, but I don't care because everything else sucks and I don't want to play it, so I don't care.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. Actually, it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, is that done? Is that it with the questions, or...
Yeah, I'm kind of scrolling through now. There was one. Hang on, I swear. So I'm just trying to go through because I'm so far behind the chat. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's most of the questions. We can move on. So with Odyssey as well, in other news, the Season Pass and post-game content got announced.
Yeah.
James, first of all, do you want to explain what that is, and what do you think about the post content?
Okay, so they announced it the same way they did with Origins, the same way to expect, most AAA studios do before the game's even out, which I'm not a fan of. I've never been a fan of it, but, that's the way games work now, so whatever. But they announced it, and they said they're doing episodic content that comes with the Season Pass for a start. So they've got 2 main stories, which is the first Blade, whatever, I don't know, Darius shows up, and there's 3 episodes for that. And then they've got another one set in Atlantis, which is obviously like their Curse of the Pharaohs type thing, which is another 3 episodes. And then they've also got the Assassin's Creed 3 remaster coming with that.
Fuck you.
And and then they've got little other additional things for free coming like in between the main Season Pass expansions. And I think as a structure, for as long as the Season Pass isn't like, you know, $60, you know, if it's a reasonable price, then I think the structure and the stuff they're giving with it, I think is pretty good. I think that's a good way of doing it if we're looking at it from a modern perspective of how expansions are done. I think the structure's good. Whereas, I mean, for me, looking at it and the fact that I don't think Odyssey's at all my cup of tea, I don't want more of it. And so I'm like, well, I don't think the content's going to be very good. And the fact they're doing Darius and Quebec is the one doing Darius, I'm like, oh, well, you know, what else are they going to fuck up? I don't know. But I think the structure of it's good. I don't necessarily think the content's good, but especially because there's an Assassin's Creed 3 remaster, which I don't want. But I don't know.
And don't forget Liberations.
Oh, yeah, that's coming with it as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Is that they're remastering it again? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess so.
Ugh, God. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, it looks like...
What do you think of this Darius stuff? Where'd you head out with this?
You your mic went a bit weird then. That was strange.
Oh, did I? Yeah, where'd you head out with this Darius stuff?
I mean, it's for a start, it's obviously a retcon, which doesn't necessarily make it bad. A lot of people are jumping down my throat when I say it's a retcon. They're like, no, but it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, I know, it does make sense, but it's still a retcon, isn't it? Like, with the fact that we know he died 30 years prior to when Odyssey takes place, so he should be dead. Obviously, they're just going to retcon it and say, well, he faked his death. Fair enough, whatever, that's fine, I don't care.
Yeah.
But it is a retcon. It just sort of adds to the overall,
cool,
like,
I must say, it's kind of...
retcons.
I'll give them that. It's kind of cool.
Is it, though?
I don't know. It's Darius is cooler than Cassandra and Alexios. You know what I mean? Like, it's Darius.
Yeah, but...
He's one of the most storied assassins.
Yeah, but Quebec is telling his story.
Yeah, good point.
Like, what are they going to do to it?
But is Quebec telling a story? Because DLC, who's in charge of DLC?
Yeah, maybe it's not. But it probably is. Maybe it's Sophia doing it. They did Curse of the Pharaohs, right?
Oh, they're good, man. You never... That's what I'm saying.
Sophia,
like, you don't...
If it's Sophia, I'll definitely give it a chance. But I assumed it was Quebec.
Yeah.
And I don't
you
like
never
Quebec.
know.
Yeah, I mean...
Does anybody like Quebec? No,
when I first saw it, and I first saw the trailer, and it was Darius, I did, in the moment... And I had to take a step back afterwards.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, okay.
I was like, oh shit, that's fucking cool. And then I was like, okay, no. I got to stop a minute and just look at it critically and be like, but will it be good? Because I love the concept. I think it's really fucking cool as a concept. But I also think Connor's story was cool as a concept, and it's shit. And so it's like, will they do it justice? Maybe. I mean... Who knows? It's definitely a good concept, and I like it as an idea. It just, whether in practice it's good or not, we don't know. But it's interesting. It's interested me. I just think it's funny they're making people pay to have assassins in an Assassin's Creed game. Like, oh, if you want to have assassins in the Hidden Blade, pay for it, because we're not giving it to you in our Assassin's Creed game.
Isn't there free DLC as well? What's the free DLC? Is it similar to Origins, where it was just like random shit here and there, or is there like big things that is free?
I don't know. They've just said it's like free stuff in between the major expansions, like the major episodes. So like they'll do episode
did, like, those
one
free
and a free
quests.
thing, and then maybe
they did those free quests, like, just set up DLCs and stuff in Origins, as well as they did chuck in some random side quests.
I imagine it'll be like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'd expect.
That's all right. Like, I thought Origin's post-launch handling was great. Like, there was a new patch every month, and there was a lot, and they literally added important shit to those patches. Like,
yeah, I agree.
They did well, and I hope it's the same in this case where they do. with handling it properly, yeah.
It's just I hope they don't take it too far. And I think that's what they're doing, though, because they've said, we want you playing this game for, like, years. Like, they want to continuously update. I'm like, look, there comes a point where I think...
When they say years, they mean 2 when the next game comes out.
Yeah, and it's like... I feel like a good game, you can't do that with, though. Like, a good game has to have a definitive ending, and there you go, it's closed off, and that was a really good experience. But... when you're continually just adding things, you're like, here's another thing and another thing, and it's kind of like you kind of...
No, it depends. It depends on the game. Look at Skyrim. I'm just saying. It depends on the game.
Yeah, but I just don't like games as a service, because they did it with, like, Rainbow Six Siege, and it's like, I think it works really well with a multiplayer game. But if you try and do that same for a single-player game, I don't know, I just don't like it. Something about it bothers me. I don't know whether that's just me or whether... I don't know. That's just the way I see it. I don't think I can't really explain it properly, but that's the way I look at it. But from what they've shown, the structure's interesting. I just think there's... it's difficult for me to say anything positive because of... I just feel so rubbed the wrong way by Ubisoft and... by their handling of things, their dismissiveness, their sort of... they're very condescending to people that have been into the franchise and care about the lore.
Okay, well, while you're on that, let's talk about that.
And that's the thing to me. It's difficult for me to say, yeah, you know what, that looks cool, when I'm like, no, I don't even want to give them that. They don't deserve it in my eyes. So it's difficult for me because I don't know, I can't take it a bit personally.
So you've got, as I've got my own, lots of people in the Assassin's Creed community have issues with Quebec.
Yeah.
And not just how they're handling Odyssey. You could even like Odyssey, but you can have an issue with how they're handling the community.
Yeah.
And that's led to some dramas, and that's led to some people that are big parts of the community. One in particular recently that we've been hearing about is the godfather of the Assassin's Creed community, one of the nicest human beings I've ever talked to in my life. Great guy, Luma. Mm-hmm. And he's having issues. Like, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can do. It's a bit of a complicated situation, and I think he's coming out...
It's not our business. We're just talking about what we know that's public. Like, we don't know anything secretly. He hasn't told us anything.
Yeah, it's nothing he's told us.
We haven't even talked to him about it.
He publicly talked about it on the Assassin's Creed Reddit Discord, and that sort of spread around the community somewhat, and it's got to us, so we know about it. So it's nothing private or personal that he hasn't spoken about in a public space one way or another, because the Assassin's Creed Reddit Discord isn't private. Anyone can get on it and see the stuff that he said. And I think, to be honest, I think going public with it, which is something he's doing apparently, he's going to make a video on it, supposedly, that's what he was saying, is good, I think, because people listen to him, and I think it's good to have that insight into, what the fuck's going on here. But, I mean, from what I know, what happened was there's been some issues with Quebec's handling of the community, and specifically Luma so Luma was a big part of the community for a long time, and he's been very close with Ubisoft Montreal, and
part of the reason we're in the community is people like him. Like, my channel wouldn't be where it is without people like Luma.
Yeah, the same for me. And so it was nice seeing he was always very close with the Assassin's Creed developers at Montreal, and Quebec didn't come around as a main studio until Syndicate. They always helped little bits here and there, but they were never a main studio until Syndicate, and so the only games they developed are Syndicate and Odyssey. And so I think I'm really not sure what happened, but there seems to be this Quebec. I don't know. Luma,
we've seen publicly, has been critical of Odyssey the same way we've been in terms of the lore inconsistencies, how dispassionately they're treating the lore, the retcons are doing, the fact that it's like, we'll just change whatever we want to fit whatever we want to do in the moment of the game we're trying to make right now. It doesn't matter how it's going to affect the franchise later. It doesn't matter how it affects the franchise in the past. We don't give a fuck. We just want our game to be good right now, and we're going to do whatever we want to this franchise to make the game the way we want it. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you guys want. We want it this way. We're going to make it this way forcefully, no matter what it does to this franchise, past or present or future. And anyone saying anything bad about that, they have issues with. they already don't like us, so it's not even they expect it from us. So it's not even they wouldn't even think twice. Like, whatever, we hate him. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Luma is critical, and it seems like now that they're taking it real personal and taking it over the top too far, and then treating him like shit.
Yeah.
That's what we're hearing. That's what it seems like,
yeah,
right?
well, like with
am
some
I
of the
wrong?
stuff that he's said, that Quebec have said about him, apparently they've said he's disrespectful, offensive, and problematic about his, like, the way he's talking about the franchise, and I don't think that's true at all. He's very
ridiculous.
fucking balanced with everything he says. He always does it in a really good way. He structures it well. He's always very balanced with what he says, and he tries to be critical as opposed to just like giving him shit, which is what I do because I just don't care. But and as well, he said, he spoke to Amar and said that, when he talked to him about how putting Juno in the comics was a bad idea because it is a bad idea, Amar said he was entitled. And it's strange, and I think it's a theme I've seen with the Quebec developers and also with Amar, is this defensiveness, and almost like they take it so personally, and they seem to get like Amar especially. He's always super defensive whenever someone criticizes. Like when we were talking about stuff, and I mean it was just a flippant joke, but he fired back with all of these statistics and like, oh no, we're doing the right thing, and it's like, Jesus Christ, man, like. This is just an opinion. Like,
I came up with. I saw the perfect GIF that represents Amar.
Mm-hmm.
Just who he is as a head of content for Assassin's Creed. It was and I saw it because Colin tweeted it to do with, I forget what it was about. It was just Principal Skinner in The Simpsons. Like, am I out of touch? No, it's the children that are out of touch. Like, that is Amar. That is really Amar to a T. He's Principal fucking Skinner.
That's true. Like, that is definitely Amar.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not entitlement to say that what they're doing is fundamentally wrong to the franchise. But they have to admit it, that they don't care. Then it's like, well, then there you go. They've changed what they're doing, but they're trying.
How is he in what universe is someone like Luma? You need to have 2 minutes of talking to Luma, and you know what kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
Genuine, just kind-hearted, nice human being. I don't have a bad word to say about that guy. What a good dude.
Yeah, me neither.
And even the dumb shit we've done in our time in this community, never said a bad thing about us or to us, and always treated us with respect. And I love the guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And to see Amar or any of these people talk shit like that to him, you know what I mean? Like, and to make shit up. It's just like... And just to that pisses me off more than anything. They could do it to me. Whatever. I expect that. I expect them to do it to you. That would piss me off, but I expect them to do it to you. But like, for them to do it to him, I'm like, what? Do they hate us? Do they hate everyone?
Yeah, it's
Unless
so
you're
odd.
just sucking on the tip of their dick, they don't give a fuck about you. And how are you entitled by having a valid criticism and opinion? You're entitled. You're entitled.
That's so ridiculous.
Which he isn't, but if he is entitled, it's your company that's brought him into everything and given him a great position in the community, and now you're calling him entitled. He's not at all. But let's just pretend he is. That's your fault too. You did that. And now you're getting mad about it.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
You're a fucking hypocrite.
It's so strange because he looks at the franchise and he's like, look, here's clearly where you've gone wrong because all of this is bad. Like, look, this is where the law's gone wrong. When you start a story with Juno and then put it in the comics, of course the fans of the franchise are going to be mad. And I think what you're doing is you're trying to cater to the larger audience and not really caring about the people that have followed this franchise for a long time. That's what Luma's been saying for so long. And I think that's very fucking reasonable. It's not like he's coming out of nowhere. It's not, because I would say the people playing Assassin's Creed in the early days when we had Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, and that were saying, fuck the modern day, get rid of it, I'd say those people are entitled, because they're all acting entitled, because they're playing a game series that has a clear vision and saying, no, fuck it all off, change it, make it what I want it. When it's like, no, that's not what the game is, though. Whereas what Luma's doing is saying, look, you've changed it, and a lot of the fans that have followed it for a very long time it's not the same vision that we played originally, and that's wrong, and that's not entitlement. It's such a strange situation. I can't understand why any of them
criticism.
would like just insult Luma like that with all of those things. It's just
his opinion's problematic and offensive. Fuck off, you sensitive nerd. You sensitive fucking little dweebs.
It's so
Fuck
weird.
You want to be offended? I'll offend the shit out of you. It'd be a lot worse and meaner than fucking Luma was.
Luma's offensive. That's so strange. Luma's such a nice person. I don't get it. If they're offended by Luma, I can't imagine what they think of someone like me. Like, I just don't get it. Like,
they'll listen to 5 minutes of this podcast and fucking have an aneurysm. Like, you know.
It's like when I made that fucking video where I'm like saying, "Oh, we'll take the fight to Amar and we'll fight in the Ubisoft offices or whatever," and I'm wearing a horse mask and I got a fucking sword, and people are coming to his desk like, "Do you wanna sue him? Like, you know, this is really bad. Like, do you wanna, you know, file harassment claims or whatever?" And it's like, "Are you serious? What is going on?" I'm wearing a horse mask. Like, it's mental. It's crazy. I don't know.
So funny. It's so funny. I just think, like, at the end of the day, the 4 pillars and this community, I know, we have Luma's back on this, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, you know, I just can't believe how they've treated him.
Yeah, it's
so ridiculous. Yeah. And it's not even just Amar. Amar said he's entitled, but like it's mostly other people anyway. Like Amar, Amar gets a lot of flack just because of his position, and I think he knows that. Though. He does talk a lot of shit, but his English isn't his first language, and sometimes I do see him say shit. I'm like, I don't think he really would say that if this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, sometimes I get that.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not his first language. I don't think he gets like sometimes like certain tones of how people would take someone saying that, whereas you say that from another culture, different language, it's taken this way, sort of thing. Like, so I'm always a bit. You sound like you're talking some mad shit right now, but at the same time, you know, you might not really realize how it comes across. So whatever. So fair enough. But yeah, you're right. He does talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But he's not even a sensitive one of these people that I think is offended. He's not very sensitive.
No.
But you can't be in his position. You can't be. The amount of shit you've talked about it, like people who are sensitive and like you want to sue him, and he's like, nah.
Could you imagine?
And he's still like conversations with you. Like, I mean, and again, I say this, English is not his first language. I don't even know if it's his second language. I don't know how many languages he speaks. I don't know him. Yeah. But I know it's not his first language, and he's come across to us as a real, like, patronizing asshole sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. But then also I'm like, if it was like Ashraf, English first language, who was like that, I'd be like, fuck you, dude. You know what I mean? I'd be like, I'd be pissed off. Because Ethan even said something, he's like, did you just cut me to just pretty much tell us to fuck off then? But I'm like, yeah, I don't think he really meant to say it like that. So to be fair, I do give him a pass.
Maybe. I don't care about him enough.
Sometimes. Yeah, true.
So, I don't know. I just think he comes across as an asshole. And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you're in the position like he is, I feel he does say a lot of shit for being like what was the head of content of Assassin's Creed and is now in an even higher position. Is like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like the people at Quebec are sort of the ones that are. It's almost like something Luma said was. It feels like the people at Quebec are almost trying to prove themselves to be like, no, we can make Assassin's Creed games too. And when people give them shit, they're like, no, fuck you, we can do this. Like they're trying to prove that they're as good as Montreal. That's what it feels like, and they just get upset when anyone gives them criticism or gives them shit because they just want to be as good as the other studio.
And obviously they're working super hard, and I get that they're sensitive about their game, but you have to be able to take valid criticism because that's how you're going to probably get the opportunity to make another game. You need to hear the criticism, you need to take it on and do better next time. Don't be so sensitive you can't take criticism. I get that the game you make is important to you. I understand that you put years of blood, sweat, and tears into this game. But the reality is the reality. And you're going to get criticized in a lot of very valid ways with what is wrong with this game, because there's a lot that's wrong with it, as much as there is fun stuff in it. And you have to take it on board. And that is an opportunity. You look at it as an opportunity to make it better, not as an opportunity to get offended and be a victim and be upset and attack other people.
Yeah.
Be a good person. Be better. Take criticism. Do better. Do better next time.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is as well,
do better.
They clearly care about the game they're making, but they're not making Assassin's Creed. They don't want to make Assassin's Creed because they don't care. But
also, like, you've got hundreds, if not thousands of people working on this game. How many people on that team are like, man, this isn't really Assassin's Creed. I wish we were making proper Assassin's Creed games, but we're being told to make this, so we're making it. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that are in charge that make those decisions, and then everyone has to just make that game.
Yeah, that's why. Well, that's why you look at people like Scott Phillips and whoever the creative director is, like, and it's like it's so odd because who is making these decisions and who is telling them to say these things that aren't true? Because, you know, you watch the gameplay demo with fucking Medusa in it, and you've got Scott Phillips going, look, if you know the lore, then you'll understand. And it's like, fuck you, man. What are you talking about? That's so patronizing to the people that know that this is bullshit. And it's like they're trying to come off like, oh yeah, we paid attention to the lore, really delving into the first Civ lore and all this. Like, no, you're not. You're making shit up, like, for this game that you want to make, but it's not it's not. Fuck off. I don't. It's just. Oh, it's so aggravating. I just don't. Like, who is making these decisions? Because it's like when I look back at interviews from like Alex Amancio, you can see him talking about it, but it's not like he's consciously there lying about it. It's really difficult to judge with how many people are involved in these Ubisoft games. Who's like where this is coming from. It's obvious it must just be a big mix of different people, and sometimes it ends up being a mess. I just don't know, because when you look at something like Origins, it's all very cohesive to me, whereas Odyssey doesn't feel the same way. It feels like a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
In terms of development, anyways.
Yeah, well, I think it could have done with another at least 6 months of polishing.
Yeah, leave it to early next year.
Yeah.
And we could have seen a bit of a different story, maybe. You know. But I mean...
No, I'm not even a different story. I just more mean,
I mean in terms
nail
of...
down those facial animations for every side. Because the thing is, the facial animations are great and normal, what you'd expect for the main campaign missions. I notice it with the side missions. It's like, oh, they just think these aren't as important, and they didn't spend as much time on them. That's what I saw. Whereas the main missions, you could tell they were significantly superior facial animations to the side missions. Which in Origins, it wasn't. It was, if it's a cutscene, it's a cutscene. That's it.
Yeah, I think that it doesn't look like it has that polish, and it definitely wasn't ready to release like they keep saying that it is. It doesn't look like Origins. It doesn't look like a 2018 game. Like, you see all these games coming out in 2018 that just look amazing. They have all these amazing little details, and it's like, this is a really great experience. But you look at Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's like, yeah, it's just Assassin's Creed, isn't it? It's where they just sort of scrape by. That's just the way it looks to me. I just think they need to catch up with the way games are going. Otherwise, they're going to get left behind.
Yeah, they already are being left behind. And they're releasing, 3 weeks before the biggest game of possibly this generation in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, there's no bigger game since this generation of consoles than Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, it's the biggest game of this generation.
Yeah. And probably will be.
Yeah.
Unless there's another GTA this generation, which there won't be. But like if there was, No.
I mean, there's things like, of course, like The Last of Us and Cyberpunk, but they're not on the Rockstar level where they hit. No. They sort of tickle the boxes. They're not going to sell the same. For like they hit the mainstream.
Like God of War might still be better in my mind than Red Dead Redemption 2. Doesn't mean God of War is the biggest game of this generation. Biggest doesn't mean best. I just mean this is the biggest in terms of the attention it's going to get, the money and sales figures it's going to make. The buzz that's surrounding it with, your friend's mate, sister is going to know about this game when it's coming out. It's going to be all over every social media. There's going to be you'll be on Facebook and there'll be clips and GIFs and everything from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, it's like I remember when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. It was the same thing. I had people talking to me about Grand Theft Auto 5 that had never played a video game in their life. And they were talking about GTA 5. I'm like, it was huge. Such a huge fucking game. And Red Dead 2 is going to probably be very similar.
Yeah. And I can't wait. Like, this is the most excited I've been for any game in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
This and Kingdom 3.
Yeah, and those are coming out so close together as well.
But also far enough apart that it's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
How good is it? The two games I'm most excited about ever come out the next 6 months. It's beautiful. So it's fucking tremendous.
Red Dead 2 will come out. Once I've finished it, I can replay all the Kingdom Hearts games ready for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes, exactly.
And it's going to be the best.
Except Chain of Memories. Wait, what?
No, only Chain of Memories. That's all I'm replaying.
Yeah, I'm
going to play it 6 times.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. Oh, that's funny. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts, Big Hero 6 trailer finally released this past week. Big Hero 6 is an awesome movie. Like, I only watched it recently because I knew it was in Kingdom Hearts 3. I was like, I better watch it.
So did I.
Same with I watched Tangled because I'd never seen Tangled. Monsters Inc. and Toy Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously I've seen. And what is the other one?
Don't know.
Hercules. What have we got? That's a great question. What worlds do we have?
Frozen,
yeah. I'd seen Frozen. So we got Frozen.
Monsters Inc. Tangled.
Hang on. I'm writing this down. Monsters Inc.
Tangled.
For Big Hero 6.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates. Toy Story.
Yep. Hercules. I think that's it so far.
That's 7. You've got, obviously, Twilight Town.
Yep.
Hollow Bastion.
It's not confirmed, safe to say? But I think... No, I'm
not saying it's confirmed. But let's
Radiant
be real.
But yeah.
We've got 8 worlds right now.
Destiny Islands.
We've
seen Sora on Destiny Islands. So
we've got Frozen, Monsters Inc., Tangled, Big Hero 6, Pirates of the Caribbean, Toy Story, Hercules. Disney World's got 7. Sounds about right. I don't expect there to be another one. Maybe there's like one surprise they're holding out right before the release.
I think there'll be at least another one.
Yeah, maybe there's one more. But that's not bad. Like, if there was just 7, plus you got Twilight Town, you're probably going to have Hollow Bastion, Radiant Garden, Destiny Islands.
Graveyard, stuff like that.
Keyblade Graveyard, isn't that interesting that probably this game will end at Keyblade Graveyard, like Birth by Sleep. Like, it's pretty, it's going to be fucked.
Yeah. We've got things like the Realm of Darkness, Castle Oblivion.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be at least 6, 7 Kingdom Hearts worlds.
Yeah, there's going to be a good few.
Disney Castle potentially as well.
Yeah, maybe.
You never know. So you're going to be, at least 6, I'd say, Kingdom Hearts worlds. Plus 7 confirmed Disney worlds. That's a lot, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
I was thinking, I'm like, that's not many worlds when you think about it. I'm like, not many Disney worlds, maybe 7. But it's not small. It's a good amount. That's fine. Like, that's like the minimum. You'd want 7.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I'm feeling there'll be more, just based on they've said the game's like 60 hours when you do all of the content. And it's like, if you look at like a Kingdom Hearts 2, if you do everything, it's probably like 35 hours. Yeah, probably. Something like that. So, I mean, that's a lot of hours, 60 hours for a Kingdom Hearts game. So, I feel like there's got to be at least a few returning worlds, surely, more than just Hercules and Pirates. You'd think. But who knows?
Yeah, I'd love to see another returning world. Yeah, if you have one more returning world, only you get to choose one.
Ooh.
What returning world would it be from what we've got?
Part of me wants to say like Agrabah.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe like Beast's Castle, Lion King. I don't know.
You don't know? Give me an answer. You have one Go. What is it?
Agrabah. I'd go with Agrabah.
You know what, James? It's fucking same.
Yeah, that's a good world.
Same.
That's a solid world.
It's a solid world, and it's been in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm kind of getting that. Like, Hercules to me would be top of the list as well. Like, it's been in 1 and 2. It's even in Birth by Sleep. You got to put it in there. Neverland comes to mind. I'd love Lion King again and stuff, but I'm like, I want something that's been in 1 and 2 that like Sora's and Donald Goofy have a connection to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'd like to see Agrabah again for that sense.
Yeah.
Beast Castle, I don't need to go back to again, though I would love to see Beast again. I'd still love to see certain characters, even if you don't have the world, like Beast.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see Ariel, because she's been in all of Sora's. Like, she's a summon, she's a summon.
And Simba.
I love their dynamic with Sora, in terms of, like, these are Disney characters that have a real good relationship with Sora.
Mm.
I always found that cool playing. I'm like, oh, that's cool how, like, over the years, and they're like good friends.
Yeah.
Like, you go back and Aladdin is like a good friend.
Oh, like Winnie the Pooh. You know? Surely they've got to do Winnie the Pooh.
100 Acre Wood has to be there. I mean, there has been a confirmed trailer, right? I showed Harlan that trailer the other day. He'd never seen it. He fucking lost it.
It's so good.
He's like, that is amazing. It's so funny, man. It's so funny.
Mm.
But the Big Hero 6 trailer looks... Again, every time I see these trailers of these Pixar worlds, this isn't even Pixar. This is just Disney that did Big Hero 6.
Mm.
It looks too good. I'm like, this looks exactly like the movie.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
They've really come a long way. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean looks fucking mental.
Oh, it looks fucking...
Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
Jamie Brown goes, but Robin Williams is dead. Well, he didn't voice the genie in...
No, he didn't.
The games before. He did... Robin Williams only did Aladdin 1.
Yeah.
The second and the third Aladdin movie and the Aladdin TV show is a different guy. And he's the same guy, and he's the guy that did the games.
It's because he didn't like the marketing. He didn't want the genie to be, like, marketed really big or something. And they did it anyway.
Well, he accepted the role because he wasn't the main character. He was just a supporting character.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like, they have Robin Williams do it. They realize what this character's going to be because of how good he is.
Mm.
So they make him the biggest part of the marketing. And when you think of Aladdin, you think of Genie.
Yeah, and he got pissed off at that and was like, well, now I'm not doing anything more for you. So.
Yeah, well, fuck you, Robin Williams, for being so good. That's your own fault for being so awesome.
Yeah. But the guy that does the Genie voice, I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not bad, but yeah. So it's not Ron Williams, but yeah, it's not bad. I always liked him in the game, so I've got no problem with him. Yeah. You've obviously you do have the Realm of Darkness. There's the whole Aqua stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's so much. Like, we haven't seen anything from the Riku Mickey storyline other than Aqua being naughted in the Realm of Darkness. Yeah. And the stuff with, like, there's a lot of plot threads thinking about it that's like, where are they going with this? Because, like, there's the Riku...
from every side game, main game, is all culminating in this one game.
Yeah. It's like you've got the puppet Riku. They've even got the recoded, like, virus as well in the Big Hero 6 trailer. There's those cubes that were, like, in the Datascape as well.
There is two. Hang on, I want to go watch that trailer again.
And it's interesting. There's lots of little things that are all sort of adding up into Kingdom Hearts 3. It's sort of fucking mad to see all these things crossing over, like stuff from Chain of Memories and Recoded being put together with, like, Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep. It's like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of this trailer structure of listening to fucking...
Don't Think Twice.
That song. Don't Think Twice. I'm like, okay, you're ruining the song before the game is even out.
Yeah, they play it in every trailer.
Yeah. So Big Hero 6, you start off on the bridge. Because it's in Tokyo, or is it like in Tokyo, San Francisco sort of combination?
Yeah.
In Big Hero 6, I feel like it's like a combination of like Tokyo and San Francisco or something.
Yeah, it's because it's called San Francisco. That's the name of the city.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah.
Sick. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, and then you see, fucking Randall, Tangled. Yeah, like, you just see bits of every world now. And, like, yeah. And that's what we've talked about. I mean, we've talked about before story-wise, like, in every world you see a different Xehanort.
Yeah.
Like, in Toy Story, it's young Xehanort. In In Monsters Inc., it's Vanitas.
Yeah, Frozen.
In
You've got what's her name? I forgot her fucking name. Luxine. Yeah.
Luxine, yeah, Luxine. In Pirates of the Caribbean, you've got blonde dude.
What's his fucking name? It's like Luxford. No, that's not it, is it?
Luxord or whatever.
Luxord. That's it. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It sounds right, but it's probably not.
It's probably slightly off.
Yeah.
You got Marluxia and Tangled and stuff.
Is Marluxia Tangled?
Yeah. Could you see him in You see him in the forest. It was in... Which trailer was it? Was it Jump Festa? I don't remember. It's that one where he shows up at the beginning. He's talking about the true organization, and Sora doesn't remember him because obviously he doesn't remember anything from Chain of Memories.
Oh yes, yeah. And then, wait, hang on. Wait, who's in Tangled?
Marluxia.
Marluxia. Which was Marluxia?
The pink-haired guy from Chain of Memories.
Oh yes, yeah, okay. And Hercules is guy with the cuts. Like, no, not with the cuts. The fucking one eye's fucked. That
Xigbar.
Xigbar, that's it. Xigbar.
Yeah,
but he's one of the main ones.
Maleficent and Pete show up in Hercules as well.
They do with
looking
Hades,
for the black box.
Because there'll be that whole sort of side storyline going on.
There's so many storylines.
So it's cool. So in each world, yeah, I assume you'll battle. And you'll probably revisit the worlds like in Kingdom Hearts 2, where there's a second go around in each world.
Oh, potentially. I never thought about
that. Yeah. So I assume like that's when you're battling, each Xehanort there, but then you won't permanently beat them because it'll culminate at the end and they'll all be there. But there's going to be 13 Vessels of Darkness, right?
Yeah.
So we've got 7 we know are in each main world, so we haven't seen the Who's in Big Hero 6 yet, but we've seen Frozen, Monsters
You've got
Inc.,
the other
Tangled.
Xehanorts though, and then you've got like Aqua as well, is now a vessel.
Yeah. Is Terranort still a thing?
Yes, I think. I always get confused on that because Xehanort put his like heart into Terra's body and then sent Terra.
Yeah.
And Terra ended up in Radiant Garden, but then Terranort existed, but then at that point when he split, when he like took his heart out, that's what split it into Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and Xemnas. So
they're both in
those
Twilight.
Two are there as well, yeah.
They're in Twilight Town, so that's 2 more. Yeah, is Ansem and Xemnas.
And then you've got young Xehanort and old Xehanort, it seems, because he was in the trailer the most recent trailer where you see like they're clearly in the Keyblade graveyard, it seems, and so it's like the camera's like in between Sora's legs, like pointing like forwards, and it looks a lot like Xehanort, like Birth by Sleep Xehanort with the white gloves, sort of in the smoke. To me, anyways.
Yeah. Who's our? So we've let's assume we've got no Aqua. Let's assume we've got no Terra in terms of good guys, like they're Norded.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say that whole Aqua thing pissed me off. Knowing that before the game's out, I get they want to shock you in trailer, but that is really something I would have liked to have been shocked by in the game.
I agree, but I think, and Nomura said, that that's not even near the biggest thing. Like, that's minor.
I'm sure there's more, but I just love Aqua so much.
Yeah, I would have liked
stuff to
know
be
that.
surprises to. Who's our 7 Vessels of Light?
I think
Sora, Riku, Kairi.
Is Kairi
Mickey.
one?
Yeah, because she's training with Lee as a Keyblade wielder.
True. So yeah, Sora, Riku, Kairi, Lee, Mickey.
That's 5.
There's got to be some other ones.
I feel like Donald and Goofy really don't get their due. I'm like, are they not? Do they not count?
They can't wield the Keyblade, so they can get done in.
Sure. But Kairi can get the fuck out of
here. I guess Ventus or Roxas.
Ventus, both.
Both of them. I want both of them.
I want both of them.
Both Ventus and Roxas.
It could be though, man, because Ventus is, they're going to wake Ventus up, but also Sora's trying to unlock Roxas's heart.
Yeah.
the other Twilight Town, like, we see in the Ansem say, the other Twilight Town is just data.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, I can get him or whatever.
Oh man, it's like there's so many different things. I can't even put in my head a clear plot of Kingdom Hearts 3 because there's so many things.
Like, I don't know what the ultimate end goal, like the way it's going to go down, but I really do expect it to be Keyblade Graveyard is where it all goes down.
I also expect that as well, but
I'd like it to be different. But like, that's right, kind of. It has to almost. What's in the box?
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised if this game actually ends on a cliffhanger. I'd be so you think the game is done.
I haven't waited 14 years, 13 years, whatever the fuck it is.
And then it's like, look,
since 2006,
it's not done.
Since I was my 11th birthday. I'm gonna be going on 24 when I play this game.
That's crazy. It's in Kingdom Hearts' nature, though. I just can't imagine a Kingdom Hearts game that has closure.
I'm fine with a cliffhanger, but you have to close everything that's been established before this game.
I think they will.
If you set up something else in 3 and then cliffhanger that's one thing. But everything that I'm waiting to know about has to be closed in 3.
Yeah, Xehanort has to be defeated. That storyline has to end. I mean, they've said it's the end of the Xehanort saga, so...
Who wins?
So we know what's going on.
And Sora dies.
God, that'd be dark.
Could you imagine?
Sora dies.
Yeah, and loses. Like, they lose. Like,
Everyone dies and the world's consumed by darkness. I have a feeling the Master of Masters might play into it. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, God. I feel like Keyback Cover will have more of a role in this than maybe they're letting on.
Because Keyback Cover set up so much with the Master's Master, the whole Keyblade War. Like, we didn't need to see the actual Keyblade War, but you just see the setup and like why it happened, and the fact that the Master's Master orchestrated it.
Yeah.
He's clearly a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he orchestrated this whole plot to make Kingdom Hearts fall apart, to make the Keyblade War happen, to have this secret box that people are after that I'd have no understanding of what's in it. Like, the Master's Master orchestrated it. Who is the Master's Master? We have to find that out. That's going to be important to this. There's going to be some back puppeteering. The Master's Master's got something to do with this that is beyond even Xehanort to me.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised if after defeating Xehanort, it's like, oh, no, look, this, he was just a puppet all along. And now, like, by defeating Xehanort, you actually have fulfilled the original plan that was set up or whatever. And, like, everything else happens like, cliffhanger. Who knows? I mean, we don't know what's in the box.
I swear you actually see the Keyblade Graveyard in this Big Hero 6 trailer, right? After the gummy ship stuff, there's a shot of Vanitas and Xemnas is behind him, and I swear that looks like Keyblade Graveyard, like cliffs behind him.
It looks like that to me as well. And then you got the shot with Sora, and it's like the camera's on the ground, it's all like dusty. Like, it literally looks just like the Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah. And then I'm looking forward to seeing those flashbacks of young Xemnas and young Ericus. The chess match with the Vessels Light and Dark. I feel like that might be like the start of the first scene of the game, like establishing like this is what we're building towards, when they have this dialogue about the 13 vessels versus the 7 and like that story. Because
they keep showing the chess, like the chess game. They showed it in the most recent trailer,
because this whole game is about all of the pieces of on the chessboard are finally going to be in one place. All of the pieces are in play. That is what this game is about. All the pieces are in play. It's time to, finish the match.
Yeah, it's like they've got like with that where it shows that chessboard, you've got Sora in the middle with like the chess pieces, Sora's chess piece, and then you've got all of the other vessels like surrounding him. And then off the side of the board, you can see all these other white chess pieces that are like out of play. And it's like, what's going on there? Yeah. Is everyone fucking dead?
Oh, do you notice again, they have the shot again, just with like obviously better graphics from the first one, of Sora picking up Aqua's Keyblade.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That was cool.
Have that again.
Yeah. And he's wearing his new outfit as well, so it must take place partway through the game, I guess.
Yeah. Hina, Pence, and Olette seem to be important as well in this. They keep getting shown in Twilight Town had their role in this.
Maybe they'll help bring Roxas back because they can remember him. Maybe they'll be able to remember him.
Yeah, and even with the Sora shot in the Keyblade Graveyard, Mickey's there too. Mickey's standing next to Sora.
Yeah, Goofy's not there. Did Goofy die again? Did he get hit on the head by the fucking rock? But this time he's really dead.
Oh, if they kill Donald or Goofy, I'm gonna flip my shit. They're like my only two off-limit characters.
Nah, they can't. They're not allowed to kill Disney characters.
Goofy. Yeah.
We know.
And Mickey's definitely allowed. Even though, like, I wouldn't care. He's not allowed to die. Like, he's not.
No, it's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, it's Mickey Mouse.
Imagine they kill Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh, so God. Dark. That'd be so fucked up.
Yeah, dude, this is fucking sick. I can't fucking wait, man. I cannot wait.
It's so close now as well. I almost can't talk about it because I'm too hyped. I just want to forget. And then when it comes out, I'm like, oh, look, it's Kingdom Hearts 3. Because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, fucking hell, it's quite a way away.
Why does, like, Aqua's Keyblade in the end of the trailer, like, when she's Norded, is fucking weird. Like, it's like the Spellweaver? What's the one?
What are you talking about?
Kingdom Hearts 2, second Keyblade you get, Merle, the one the Sid gives you.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not that. I thought it was. I was just.
It looks similar though. It's like because it's the one they see, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a bit odd.
Yeah, true. That's maybe that key maybe that's the key to unlock hearts or whatever that they were looking for.
Maybe. Yeah.
And maybe they use that to free Aqua.
Why does Aquanaut have that Keyblade? Then?
Maybe she just picked it up.
Okay, she just picked it up, did she?
Well, it was on the beach.
Was it on the beach?
Yeah.
Which beach?
That beach.
But like what? Like
what's it called?
Why was it on the beach? In the Realm of Darkness.
Well, we don't know what led to that point, so.
We don't.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay.
What if it's really gory and Goofy gets decapitated, but it's really realistic? Oh,
just so out of place. Oh my God.
Xehanort the first scene, they're facing off, and then Xehanort just cuts Goofy's head straight off. Like, and there's blood everywhere.
And this is the game. Like, the whole game's really dark. Darker than Rogue.
Oh, man. I would absolutely love it. That'd be great. No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I was going to say, you actually wouldn't. I wouldn't. Everyone would hate it.
No, I'd be like, that's so dumb. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Oh God.
That's so funny. Oh, that's great. I'm so fucking excited. Red Dead 2, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm more excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 just in terms of like, I know what I'm excited about with Kingdom Hearts 3 with story. Like I've got all this, it's like you said, this whole game is every piece of the chessboard is now in play. Finally, we're going to get it wrapped up. Yeah. And that's what I've been waiting for. 16 years I've been waiting for this. Whereas Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm hyped about in a different way. It's like, oh, this is I know it's going to be one of the greatest games of all time. But like, I don't know specifics of what I'm excited about because I don't know. There's not enough info yet of the game. It's all speculation. Whereas Kingdom Hearts 3, we can have very specific dialogue about what we know is probably going to happen, who's involved, all these storylines we want to see wrapped up.
Yeah.
So it's different excitement.
Yeah, because Red Dead's a prequel, whereas Kingdom Hearts is like a culmination of everything. So you're like, oh, here's all these narrative threads we know are going to get tied up. Whereas with Red Dead, it's like, I mean, we know it's about the gang and about what happened to the gang, but we really don't know anything. And I don't really want to know anything. Like, I can't wait to just play the game, to be honest.
I cannot wait. I'm so happy that build up Kingdom Hearts 3, you're a part of it. George is a part of it. And almost everyone in the community is in amongst it now. When it was just me, only 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, it was just me. And now everyone in the community, except Amir.
Except Amir, who hates it and plays Fortnite.
And he's going to have his mouth well and truly wrapped around Arthur Morgan's cock. We're way too busy.
Oh, God.
Way too busy with, like, 1800s syphilis to deal with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh god, yeah.
So
That's great.
yeah, but I love that we know nothing about Red Dead 2.
Yeah, I do as well. I like the way
Do you,
Rockstar market things.
have we seen too much of Kingdom Hearts 3?
No, I don't think so. I
Why?
think I think
We've
because
seen a lot. We've seen a lot of trailers.
I think
A
we've seen
lot.
a lot, but it's all very vague because a lot of it I can't really make sense of. I'm like I don't. It's bits and pieces to a. I don't think we know enough to piece it together properly. I think it's. I think there's a lot more to it than we think there is, and so I would be very surprised if we've seen a lot of the game. I feel like there's a lot more to it that they're keeping secret.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I think so too.
Mm.
I'm excited though. I'm so fucking. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't hold it in.
I'm very excited.
Just got to get through Odyssey. And then,
that's depressing.
at least I get to deal with it beforehand.
Yeah.
And then it's like out of the way. Then I can just. It's just Red Dead. And then in the between, I can play all the Kingdom Hearts games again. I'll probably end up getting like Battlefield 5 or some other game that's out, like just to fill the time in. Like
I didn't like the Battlefield 5 beta. Did you play it?
I didn't play it. No, I was
really boring.
I was too busy, and I was like wanted to play Spider-Man, so I was like,
Yeah, I played it for a bit.
Really
I played it for like an hour, and I was like, just to see if just to get sort of like a grasp of it.
I think I'm a bigger Battlefield fan than you, though.
True, but I really liked Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. I really liked those games, and nothing's lived up to them so far. It's weird. I feel like they just don't care anymore. Or it's EA getting involved to a point where they're ruining it.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. I'd like to see him go back to just Modern Warfare.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's where it's at. Fly jets again. I miss jets.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, sorry Ben for mentioning Odyssey and ruining your happiness. Red Dead still exists. Kingdom Hearts 3 still coming. Don't worry.
So's Odyssey though.
Yeah.
Same day as Mario Party and Forza Horizon 4. So I know what I'm going to be playing. Odyssey, unfortunately, but
the only thing I care about the Playground games I'm making has got a 4 in it, but it's not
Horizon. Hey,
it's
man.
not Forza Horizon 4. It's Fable 4.
Yeah,
so get the
great.
fuck on it, Playground. Yeah. Cool beans. Well, that's the list. That's it for this podcast, James. That's it, man. We smashed through it.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, cool.
Good. Yeah, happy with that amount.
Fantastic.
What's going on this week? You get your computer back. What videos are we expecting this week before Clubhouse and stuff?
Spider-Man and hopefully Tomb Raider.
Cool. I'm hoping to. I'm going to put out a highlight honey dick, if not 2 honey dicks, from this podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
I've decided to, if we ever talk about this not video game related, but as a highlight, I can put that on Tynamite Plus to still honey dick.
Okay.
Like, for example, I could have done, like, when we talked about last podcast, the Logan Paul KSI fight, that could be a highlight to get views, you know what I mean? Clickbait. Yeah. Put that on, like, Tynamite Plus and be like, watch this podcast. But yeah, I'll put out a couple of honey dicks tomorrow. And Spider-Man PS4 review hopefully Tuesday.
Cool.
And then I'm going to try to do a Kingdom Hearts 3 video this week as well.
Cool.
So,
nice.
And then we'll figure out a time we'll record Spider-Man PS4 Spoiler-Cast. It'll be out by the end of the week, maybe Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday is Kill Connor Clubhouse on patreon.com/ as always. So, big week coming up.
Good. Fantastic. Okay. Well, that's it, I think. I think that's everything.
And I'll also probably be putting out Odyssey gameplay shit as well, like just of me playing. Sorry to say Odyssey in again, but yeah, my bad. We've lost him. Okay. Wait, I can still hear myself, and you guys can still hear me. Just can't hear James. I'm listening back to the stream. I just heard that. I stopped talking. I thought it was out. James is talking. James, no one can hear you, bro. Yeah, it's just me there. I'm like, wait, what is happening? You can hear me breathing. Oh, God. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, you were gone, bro. Yeah, I can hear you now. Jesus Christ, you went. After I... Oh, they can hear... Hang on, I'm listening to the stream now. Because I couldn't hear you on stream for ages. Yeah. Yeah, I thought mentioning Odyssey killed you, and then you just didn't reply to when I said, oh, probably Odyssey gameplay videos, and you just didn't reply. And then I saw on the stream that, as always, patron stuff got popped up, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's weird. Why did that
So obviously
happen?
you were, I don't know. I thought you were like reading off the list as if you thought we could hear you.
Oh, no. I can't get the list. That's what I was saying. I can't get the list up. My computer has fully fucked itself. Like, I'm gonna have to... All I can do is click end stream. Like, nothing else is loading. Like, it's really taken a toll. Wait, can I just...
I'll wrap up
the
podcast. I can read the list.
Your audio is really quiet, though. I need to fix it. I don't know what's just happened there, but you've just suddenly
on
gone...
the stream, though, it's fine, man.
Are you sure? Like, is it right now, though? Because it was just like...
Oh, just? Hang on.
Yeah, it's just suddenly gone super quiet.
Now? You're on the stream?
Yeah, I am, but you're really quiet. Like, really quiet.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. That's alright. That's cool. Okay, as long as you're back on the stream, let's just wrap it up. Let's do it. We're good.
Alright.
Wrap the shit up, and we'll be fine.
Okay, you could do the list, though, because I can't get it up.
Oh, can't you? Jesus
no,
Christ,
nothing's... It's all frozen. Like, I can switch between the tabs I've already got, but, like, everything's fucked.
I see. That's cool. All right. Well, everybody, obviously, thanks so much for listening to this podcast. If you haven't already liked the stream, if you're watching on YouTube, do it right now. If you're watching on playback on YouTube, do it. As well as all people on iTunes, give us 5 stars on reviews. Like us on SoundCloud. Follow us there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. We will see you for another podcast next Sunday. Kill Connor Clubhouse over at patreon.com/ as always exclusive there. Just $1. You can get access to that podcast, as well as all the other 45 before it. Plus early access. You get 24 hours early, 2-hour Spider-Man PS4 Spoiler-Cast we're doing with Brett and Evan. I think the guy's name's Evan. I don't know. All right. To thank you, a few of you sweet vintage lads, we have King Richard III's changer back. Thank fuck. Ballsack 47, Tman or Travis, Mick Z 68, Billy the Team Tynamite Captain Robertson, Josh Devillier, Damian, Casey Wood, ArunWyn, Cameron Morrissey, Murray 5380, Lumistrad, ShieldZ, Awkward Cuck. Is ShieldZ new? Is that literally just happened?
I don't know.
Between
Maybe.
Hang on. Let me check.
I think I fixed
ShieldZ, welcome to $5 pay. You sound like pure shit talking. Yeah, welcome ShieldZ in between this podcast from start to finish. Awkward Cuck, Beau Daman, the Real Jorrator, Zahir, CaptainKeysOfficial, Kyle, OllieTheDane, Ben or Modorox, Estico91, Emil Catborg, Austin, S-Jaws, Privy Mover, Julie, Adam Sundling, H-Bar12, Staggy Tits, Jason Last Medici, the ACMJS, James and Lad, Yazen, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Brian Ford, Connor DeRose, Bully in the Alley, Joshua Mora, Gene, Marcus Blackburn, Seth, Oscar, Ravjai, Son of a Bitch, OG Doggo, Brendan OBQ Overlord, and a Pink Flame 313. Thank you, sweet vintage lads, for helping power this podcast. We will see you next Sunday for Kill Connor Clubhouse. We have 90 patrons officially.
Brilliant.
On as always at the moment. It's brilliant. Let's get to 100.
Let's do it. Patreon.com / as always. Good. Okay, I'm gonna try and end the stream.
At some point?
Yeah, I think I've absolutely fucked it. Don't worry, it's fine. I think it's okay. Anyway, thanks very much, everybody. I'm gonna try and end the stream now. Thanks for joining. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.